Let's go. Ist die Musik brav? Ja, gut. So. Weil irgendwie soll das ja auch nicht mehr so lange gehen. Meine Stimme würde sich darüber freuen, aber irgendwie gebe ich auch gerade einen Fick drauf, muss ich sagen. Wir haben da aufgehört. Dass wir quasi mit den Yakuza einen Deal gemacht haben. Und zwar müssen wir das Katzencafé, wo wir vorhin waren, müssen wir wieder besuchen und den neuen Vertrag quasi unterschrieben einfordern. Das ist natürlich schon ein bisschen hart. Und so kommen wir aber nur an die Informationen. Wir müssen zwei verschiedene Sachen finden. Einerseits das Geheimnis der Maske und andererseits, was es mit Dunkelheit aka Arena zu tun hat. Und als wir uns entscheiden konnten, welches wir zuerst verfolgen, da habe ich euch gefragt und da hat Kuro vor allem dann geschrieben, auch als erster, dass wir die Dunkelheit nachgehen sollen. Und deswegen tun wir das. Und jetzt sind wir in diesem shady place, wo wir bei unserer Investigationssuche dann den Yakuza in den Armen gelaufen sind, weil wir eben sehr neugierig rumgefragt haben. Das ist bis jetzt der Stand der Dinge. Unsere Werte für unseren Spin sind gerade so. Und dann würde ich sagen, ja, machen wir das mal. Du bist schuld, ja, du bist schuld, dass wir jetzt bei der Yakuza sind. Ich hoffe, ich habe euch allen Hallo gesagt, ansonsten nochmal Hallo zusammen. Ja, das kann man auch lesen. Bitte nicht ersticken. Ist heute schon öfter vorgekommen. Genau. Oh, Alter, die eine Maid-Café-Stimme hat mich so gekillt. Das war echt anstrengend. Ganz kurz. Ihr wisst Bescheid, aber wir prüfen einfach nochmal. Blackie ist heute schon öfter erstickt. Ja. Dann vorhin auch fast an der Maultasche. Können wir uns erstmal Pancake holen? Sometimes when I find my mind drifting off. It's right into these fluffy pancakes. If I manage to get back to a normal life, I will eat nothing but cat-shaped pancakes for dessert for the rest of my days. No way I could make them as good as they do here, though. Not unless I magically become a better cook. Whoops, got distracted by sweet, sweet pancakes. Need to go to the cat cafe and put this nasty business to rest. Aber ich will... Ich wollte mir jetzt noch einen Fluffy Pancake erstmal noch gönnen, bevor wir diese schwierige Situation regeln müssen. Ja, dann gehen wir mal rein. Welcome back. I think Tomo remembers you. You must be appreciative of all your help to make him feel better. Although, I've had to stop the deliveries of sashimi, even the smell seems to set off his bubbles. Another quirk added to an already quirky character. So, maybe it's a sign that you were right about the fish. Huh, yeah, listen, we need to talk. Sure, why the serious face? What's wrong? Sollen wir das sagen? Erstmal das Fragen mit so You owe the Yakuza. Oh, das funktioniert tatsächlich sehr gut. Hafermilch mit Honig geht. Vor allem die Barista, die so schön schäumt. Ja, das geht. Nice. Ich habe gerade gar keine Kuhmilch da. I need you to sign this you owe the Yakuza. Ich frage erst mal so unter Freunden. How exactly does the owner of a cat cafe get mixed up with Yakuza? Huh? What do you mean? I met someone recently who gave me a contract with your name on it to sign. I read it and it seems like you owe them quite a bit of money. Why? I've been around this kind of stuff for a long time and I can't figure out how a cat cafe owes that kind of money. Ich habe mir vorhin meinen Kakao mit Mandelmilch gemacht. Oh ja, Mandelmilch und... Nee, warte mal. Mandelmilch mit Kakao fand ich nicht so erquickend. Ich muss sagen, Sojamilch war gut. Oder Hafermilch. Mandelmilch hatte mir einen zu starken Eigengeschmack. Ich habe mir vorhin meine Kakao mit Mandelmilch gemacht. Aber Mandelmilch kannst du super geil Pancakes machen. Mandelmilch gemacht, weil wegen ohne Laktose. Ja. Why I've been around... Okay. Money? Yakuza, wait. You're working for her? Why? Not working for anyone. All I've got is this contract in your name and I want to know why. Von mich vertrage ich nicht. So mögen meine Eltern nicht. Ja gut, ja gut. Erbsenmilch geht auch, aber das nutze ich eher zum Kochen. Not working for anyone. All I've got is this contract in your name and I want to know why. The truth is, this place isn't all above board, or it is, but it wasn't always. I didn't borrow money or anything that stupid. When I was setting up this place, I was just trying to stay above water. But the building owner kept coming by to complain, and then these government types, health inspectors, came knocking. I never realized how complicated opening up a place like this in Tokyo could be. All those rules and regulations. All I ever wanted was to help out the kiddies and make people happy. Ich fühle das. Aber ich habe da... Wie ist es bei euch mit Cat-Cafés und Owl-Cafés und all das? Ich habe da immer so ein bisschen Sorge... Ich habe da Gutes und Schlechtes gehört. So, wenn es so Straight Cats und so weiter sind, sag ich jetzt mal so mit einem Tierheim verbunden und die quasi auch ihren Safe Space haben, finde ich die Idee eigentlich ganz nice. Aber ich habe da so oft gehört, dass es so exploited wird und die Katzen einfach extrem gestresst sind und keine Rückzugsmöglichkeit haben. Und dann finde ich das alles irgendwie semi-geil. Ich war da noch nie in einem. Ich war auch noch nie in einem. Aber ich wollte ganz gerne mal, weil ich mir gerne mal halt eben selbst ein Bild machen wollte. Aber ja, was ist eure Meinung dazu? All I ever wanted was to help out the kiddies and make people happy. And she came by. Gewöllte. Weil wegen Gewölle. Then she came by, someone who loved cats as much as I did. She offered to help me, smooth things over with everyone. I mean, I saw the tattoos and everything, but I don't think you should judge people because of how they look. I still don't. There was no way I was going to stay open and keep my kitties if I didn't get help fast. So I accepted her offer and things got better pretty quickly after that. The building owner stopped complaining and all the permits fell into my lap. Maybe you think I was stupid, but most the cats here would be stray or dead if I didn't get her help. Also es ist eine gute Art von Kaffee. For a while I thought I was saved by a guardian angel. After all, she loved the cats and was kind and friendly to me. It's been quite too. My business with Thomas Bowles was the first incident I've had in months. About 2 months after accepting her help, when I was closing up the shop, some man showed up with a contract like the one you're holding. He said it was for services rendered or something like that. No, das freut mich. Also, das klingt positiv. Das klingt positiv. Das ist gut. Oh Gott, ja. Ja, das ist eine Kacksituation. Oh. Ich habe das Gebirge bis hier gehört. Das Gebirge? Ach so, von dem Geröll quasi. Kommt das daher? Das ist mir vom Herzen... Ah, oh Gott, ey. Warum bin ich da nicht drauf gekommen? Dass ihr da vom Herzen geblutzt ist. No. Das freut mich. Von circa bis jetzt... Boah, Gott, ey. Das ist eine Zeit. Holy shit. Aber gut. Gut, dass der Anruf kam. Danach hat meins gescheppert. Im Rhythmus quasi. Umständen entsprechend nehme ich an. Gut genug, ja. Super. Das freut mich. After accepting her help, okay, they said it was for services rendered or something like that. It wasn't much at the time, so I signed it. I owed her a lot after all, and I was doing pretty well. Only they kept coming back, and every time they came back, I had a new contract. Every contract wanted more and more money. It's gotten out of hand. Can't keep up anymore. Kasumi won't even see me anymore to talk about it. You didn't really think you would get a favor from the Yakuza for nothing, didn't you? I wasn't being greedy, Ito. I thought she was trying to help. Komm, die Yakuzas. Helping the only way she knows how. Bin ich doch im Katzenmaid-Café gelandet? Aber ich mag die Wölbungen bei ihrem Hut. Please, you have to help me. The amount of money they've asked for is out of hand. I'm doing well for now, but if they got their way, I would be out of business. You have to tell Kasumi. Please. Tell her that if this place closes down all these cats, there'll be no place for them to go. Poor kitties. They would be put down. I can't support them myself. I don't think animal service would let me keep them. Couldn't live with myself if that happened. I'm begging you, Ito. Don't do this. Boah, Alter, was sind das für Decisions? Boah. Wie machen wir das? Wir brauchen den Trust von den Yakuzas. Wenn wir jetzt aber sagen, dass sie das nicht macht, wird's übel. Und ich weiß nicht, ob Kasumi da wirklich viel mit sich reden lässt. Ich frage euch, was machen wir? Münze werfen. Oh, ich weiß nicht. Das Leben von Katzen steht auf dem Spiel. Ich gebe dir kurz einen Shortbreak, ne? Die Cat Lady hier hat quasi einen Favor von den Yakuzas quasi genommen. Ich bin mir mal gar nicht anwesend. Alles gut. Weil es sind Katzen. Moment. Hear me out. Die Situation ist wie folgt. Sie hat einen Favor von den Yakuzas angenommen. Die wollen jetzt ihr Geld. Wenn wir den Yakuzas nicht helfen, kommen wir nicht an den Informationsrand, die uns wiederum hilft, unseren alten Partner zu finden und das Ganze quasi. Hear me out. Oh, ich sag gleich was dazu. Genau. Also wir haben quasi bei unserer Investigation rumgefragt und dann kam es quasi heraus, sind wir quasi bei den Yakuzas gelandet, weil wir zu viel rumgeschnüffelt haben. Die Yakuza, also Kasumi, möchte uns helfen, wenn sie uns trustet. Also quasi, bei der Yakuza ist es ja quasi so, dass es nicht ohne einen eigenen Favor geht. Und der Favor war, dass wir den Katzencafé vorbeigehen und wollen, dass und dafür sicherstellen sollen, dass sie unterschreibt. So. Und ja, und jetzt ist halt so die Sache, wenn sie unterschreibt, wird sie wahrscheinlich das Café schließen müssen, weil das eine sehr krasse Menge an Geld ist. Wenn wir aber nicht sie zum Unterschreiben bringen, haben wir das Problem, dass wir den Favor nicht bekommen von den Yakuzas und dann wiederum wahrscheinlich Probleme mit den Yakuzas bekommen werden. Ihr Miau. Katzen alles. So, also das ist die Situation. Genau. Und diese ganzen Miau-Jokes, die waren im Katzen-Maid-Café, wo wir waren, die ganze Zeit. Das war richtig wild. Ja, also Münze werfen. Yakuza, Schmakuza. Oh, ihr wollt echt eine Münze werfen? Dann würde ich sagen, dass die Titten natürlich für Pussy stehen, oder? Also die Seite ist für die Katzen. Ah, ich will das nicht, aber bitte. Es sind die Pussys. Also sagen wir don't sign? Scheiße. Das heißt don't sign, okay. Oh Gott, wir kriegen so Probleme mit den Yakuzas. Don't sign, I help. Let's go. Damn it, it doesn't matter what I need from her. I can't make you sign this in good conscience. Hooray, I knew good would prevail in the end. Thanks. How would you get mixed up with that woman anyway? I need some information from her. You should be careful. I don't know about her, but her fucks are dangerous. Last time they were here, I heard them talking about having to teach a girl from another cafe a lesson or something. Makes me feel sick thinking about it. What else would you expect from guys like that? Breaking necks is probably all they're capable of outside of grunting and drinking. Call me naive, but I don't get how someone can be so two-faced. When I started seeing her face in the papers lately, I couldn't believe it. Surely that roughless woman they were talking about couldn't be the Kasumi I knew, or so I thought. Guess it's like you said, a tiger can't change its stripes, right? Maybe so. At any rate, you should probably be more careful who you trust in the future. Sorry, I didn't mean to rub you up in all this. But thank you for not making me sign. So what's your plan? I'm not sure if I really have one. Maybe I can appeal to her kinder self. She really is a cat lover. I'm sure she wouldn't want to see the little guys hurt, right? Oh no, I've really got myself into trouble, haven't I? Maybe I should go instead. Contract was given to me, so better deal with it myself. Plus, I get the impression that being confined by the cops hasn't put her in a great mood. I'm sure you don't agree, but I still think there's something good in her. Sometimes I can't help but wonder if she would be doing all these things if she didn't grow up into that life. And all the kiddies loved her when they played with her. Cats are such good judges of characters. Somehow don't think her treatment of animals correlates too much with her treatment of people, but yeah. I'm suddenly starting to feel a little squeezy thinking about going back there without the contract. Damn it, Ayami. You've really gotten yourself into one this time, haven't you? No point dwelling on it, no. I've made my mind up and I can't run Yakuza Debt collections just because I'm in a tight spot. Take care, don't worry. My kitties are never wrong in judging someone's character. Yeah, sure. I think of something, but I need you to lay low and maybe close up shop for a while until I sort something out. Und nur weil ihr die Pussys retten wolltet. So, hey, what are you doing here? Go back. Honestly, little one, I don't want you to get hurt. Go home. Natürlich, Pussy darfst du nicht sagen. Danke, dass du es hinzugefügt hast. Ich war auch gerade schon drauf und dran. Pussys sind wichtig, okay? Sehr wichtig. Aber dennoch. Pussys sind Freunde, kein Futter. Was? Jo. Danke, Evil. Wieso riecht sie jetzt nach Zimt? Ah, nee, das ist das, okay. Boah, bei Zimt drehe ich ein bisschen durch. Zimt und Mandeln sind so diese zwei Geschmäcker und Gerüche, da stellen sich bei mir alle Nackenhaare auf. Also nicht wegen den Gerüchen an selbst, sondern was sie halt meistens bedeuten. Awareness-mäßig. Ich glaube, Zimt war der Geruch von Kohlenmonoxidvergiftung und Mandel ist der Geruch bzw. der Geschmack von wie heißt das Gift, was früher Spezialagenten immer genommen haben? Was quasi einen Kollaps rausführt, ohne die Blutzufuhr abzukappen. Das mit Z. Wie heißt's denn? Nicht Zytokine. Cyankali, genau, Cyankali. Ja. Genau. Genau. Das ist der Mandelgeruch. Und ich meine, Kohlenmonoxid war Zimt. Und deswegen, wenn ich die zwei Gerüche rieche, bin ich auf 7:30 Stellung. Ja, dann gehen wir mal zurück. Wusste ich bis eben gar nicht. Das ist genauso, wenn du einen Filmriss hattest und ordentlich Kopfschmerzen hast, kann es sein, dass du halt Chloroform abbekommen hast. Tja, dann reden wir mal mit den Yakuzas. Das wird ja gut gehen. Welcome back. I assume you took care of that little nonsense. I didn't have her sign it. I couldn't in good conscience ruin someone's life like that. Let me explain something to you. If I give you something to do, you don't come back until it's done. What? Do you think you're some sort of moral crusader helping out a little guy? What would she tell you anyway? That she was a small town girl who couldn't keep up with the big meanies in Tokyo? Put it that way. I guess I do sound like I'm asking a bit too much. Did she tell you about all of the cats that kept escaping? Or the ones who wandered into nearby businesses? How about the heaps of trash that were piling up around the place? If it weren't for me getting people off her back and cleaning up the place, those cats would probably be dead by now. What we have here, detective, is a trust issue. You are too quick to take the other side because of who I am, or at least who you think I am. Pity Kazu. Yes, boss? Take Ito outside and show her what happens when people disappoint me. Don't be too rough. I don't want a repeat of last time. Oh, and leave her face alone. I would hate for someone to see a black eye and think she might be worthy of sympathy. Keep her jacket here. I like it. It's very chic. Did you know my friends tell me when all the police raids are coming? It's pretty handy, really. As a matter of fact, there's one scheduled for tomorrow. I'll be gone, of course, but if they were to find this jacket, well, who knows what they would think. It would be a pity if someone recognized it. Kazu, just cut her out. Good luck finding that stupid little girl. Hold on, Kazu. Ito, who is this? He's, I guess he's a store away from the cat cafe. He's, huh? I see. I love him! This is so strange. Look at his squishy little face. Can't have a detective... Gott, wie niedlich. Ja, can't have a detective beaten around such a cute little face. What's his name? Beaten? Oh, I think his name is Tomo. Tomo, that's not much of a name for a man, is it? Shall I call you Mr. Marshmallow? About that blackmail and beating. Oh, that? Forget it. Really? Oh, God. Oh, Ito, lighten up. You're not a liability unless you start talking to your cop friends. And you wouldn't do that, would you? No. You likely wouldn't believe me at this point anyway. My thoughts exactly. So cheer up. Can you stay mad when looking at these big eyes and those little feet? Look at you and I see a woman whose priorities are all wrong, Ito. You don't appreciate what you have, only what you're looking for. That is, till you find it, but then what? What's left? That said, I was serious about one thing. If you talk to any cops about my business or about my affections for cats or anything like that, Kazu might pay a visit to your apartment and pick up where he left off. But who wants to think about all the logistics of dismembering and disposing of a detective's body when you've got these little whiskers rubbing against you? Huh, Sachiko was right. You do genuinely love cats. So why make her sign a contract that would end with her having to put the cats down? Sachiko isn't as perfect and cute as she seems. She might love her cats, but she has strange ways of caring for them. She owes me a great debt, and it's my right to collect it. If her cats shut down, I would make sure those cats have a home. Though I can't say the same for their owner. This job is about tough decisions, not legal ones like you cops make. In my business, you have to sleep with the choices you make, not leave them at the door when you hand the case over to the courts. Mr. Marshmallow likes being picked up. Aww, he's pretty cute. I'm not sure if you meant for this outcome, but I have to say you have some guts coming back like you did. I thought you would be another pushover cop to keep in my pocket. I underestimated you. And in doing so, I've given you information on one of my weaknesses. It's funny, really. I spent so much time making sure I'm not seen as the weak woman that all these men expect me to be, that I don't feel like myself sometimes. Something I'm sure you understand quite well. Tell you what, I'll let you have that one little weakness of mine. It's only fair. You know, so many of yours after all. In a different life, maybe we could have been friends. Kazu, stand down for now. Ito, consider yourself lucky. I let you keep your jacket tonight. Understood, boss. Alright. Okay, das war knapp. Also ich glaube, wir wären nicht gestorben. Aber zumindest hätten wir, glaube ich, Gliedmaßen verloren. Und alles nur, weil ihr Pussys retten wolltet. Alright, forget the cat coffee contract. I get one of my boys to deal with it later. What is it you wanted again? I want to speak to Omega's company president, Higashi, about a girl signed to his agency. That's right, our missing agency president in one of his many projects. What a despicable little man. Tell you now, I had no problem taking control of the business from him. I left him as president to keep a few of his clients happy. A decision I regret now. Ich finde das krass, also schmeißt die gleichzeitig noch die Bar? Das kann ich mir irgendwie nicht vorstellen, wenn sie quasi die Yakuza-Oberbabbo-Braut ist. Das ist ein Name, Yakuza-Oberbabbo-Braut. Aber sie hat ein süßes Gesicht. Did you kill him? Where is he? Unfortunately, I'm just as in the dark about where he disappears to as you, I'm afraid. A deal's a deal though. While you were out, I got an address to one of his old hideouts and the code to get it. Can't guarantee you'll find anything there, but I said I would tell you what I knew. And that's what I know. You haven't sent one of your stooges to check it out for you? Stooges? I like you, but don't push it. As I said earlier, me and my man can't afford to be spotted right now, especially in an area getting so much special attention. Special attention, huh? Doesn't Kabuchiko get enough attention on its own? Kabuchiko is what it is, but this isn't Kabuchiko. This particular spot got its reputation and subsequently its extra police patrols a bit more recently. In fact, I hear there's still an ongoing investigation going out here. I heard you would be intimately familiar with that area and the incident that happened there. My condolences on the loss of your partner, Detective Tanaka, by the way. All the papers are rushing to make you out to be incompetent or worse yet, some sort of psychotic killer maddening, isn't it? My friends in police headquarters say you two were close. That's no way to lose someone you love. I suppose it's not too much to ask what really happened. Was there really someone there that night? Thanks on the condolences. But what happened on that night isn't something I want to discuss right now. Suit yourself. Let's change the subject back to Higashi. It took a bit of digging to find that address. Seems he was keeping a second hideout in Shiyoku under a fake name. Now that we know where it is, he probably knows too. Highly doubt he would be stupid enough to stay holed up in it. But I also doubt He would be smart enough to completely clear the place out before he left town Ada. There's probably something in there that would lead us right to him. Get what you want and let Kazu know where the slime is, so we can straighten him out. He get those fantasies of running away out of his head. The code to the door is 11235. Das müssen wir uns merken. Oder sie tippt ihn einfach ein. Ich glaube, so wie das Spiel bis jetzt war, war es einfach, dass sie es dann gewusst hat und gemacht hat. 11235. It's the only keypad lock on the street. You can't miss it. For what it's worth, I wish you good luck finding your little girl, but remember, you can't save them all. Ayami Ito. Oh, and Ito, thanks for bringing Mr. Marshmallow to me. Being holed up in one place for the last few weeks can't be a bit taxing, you know? Remember, he loves fresh fish. Fresh fish, huh? Tachiko certainly does have an eccentric taste. Kazu, go pick up some sashimi. Right away, boss. Dann, ich bin immer noch erstaunt, dass wir das ja überlebt haben. Kann nicht mit ihm reden, schade. Ah, it worked. Looks like Kasumi's tip wasn't a lie. Ah, what a stench. You know that smell. Anyone who's worked homicide long enough knows it. Ja, ich glaube auch, dass da irgendwo eine Leiche ist. Red ruby is written in blood on the wall. This is the source of the smell, right? The body's in pretty bad shape. Whoever did it took enough time to mutilate the corpse. Internal organs have been disturbed, maybe removed. What's this? There's a paper bag with the name Higashi written on it. Can we now do this? Nothing's changed, just the door. Nothing to see here. Where's that noise coming from? Looks like something is trying to escape from the inside. Okay, look. Shots of various girls, all of them taken in this room. They don't look like the professional headshots an agency would take. They all look so sad and young. Got a pretty good idea what these pictures were used for and the types of people they might have been sent to. Reina, so it's true. To think you were kept in a place like this, what happened to you? Ah, something's happening. Get back early. Das Maskengesicht hier. Yeah, don't feel well. I think I'll go to bed early tonight. Ruby, don't ignore me. Lately it's been the same excuses over and over. I don't know what you're talking about. Ruby, my sweet little Ruby. You think because that one song was a hit, you can't... Just stop working? That money's all gone, sweetheart. We spent it all trying to get you a record deal. Don't you think it's unfair to eat my food and stay here for free without doing any work? Ruby, hey, stop crying. Stop crying, I'm talking to you. Please, I didn't mean it. I'll do another song. Make it up to you, I promise. I just don't want to. That's exactly why I'm setting up all these meetings for you. You make the right impressions with these guys and they'll take you places. Speaking of which, I got a call a little while ago from Masa. Know what you told me? Told me you were being a little disagreeable with him last night at his place. You know that he's one of our best clients, don't you? The things he can do for you girls is, well, shouldn't even need to tell you. Sent you to him because he said there was something special about you. In fact, he said out of all the girls here, he particularly wanted to meet you. I did you a big favor by making that happen. Then you compensate my generosity by sitting in a room, crying and telling me you don't feel well or whatever excuse you come up with next. Couldn't he try to? Don't care what he tried to. Should have let him. When I took you in, you were a vulnerable, tiny girl who was already falling in school. But I saw your potential. Could already tell how pretty you would be when you were older. That's all those men care about, how I look. So what? Think I took you in because now of how smart you were? You're an idol, you're supposed to be looked at. Most men would fall over themselves to meet a pretty girl like you, but you ruin it for everyone when you sit here crying. What are you doing? I'm sick of looking like an idiot. You made me do this. Okay. Now I stopped. Enter. Damn it, Ruby. Can't stand to see you like this. You're not gonna feel better staying cooped up in here. Listen, I got you that photo shoot lined up tomorrow. The one with Masa. Are you even listening? Make me go back. I don't want to go out. Let me stay there. What's wrong with you? Please, don't make me. I'm afraid to go. Far as I can tell, all you're afraid of is success. I've fallen over myself to make you a star, but you'll never get anywhere if you lock yourself away. What? You're not going to say anything? Can't treat me this way. Gave you your name, your music, damn, near everything else. Oh, but you think you're special, right? Let me break it to you, honey. You're not. There's lots of other girls in this business just like you. They do what they have to without complaining about it. They understand how important it is to keep clients happy, and I'm sorry, it's not all butterflies and flowers. But you're not some naive little girl anymore. You're a woman now. Hey, Earth to Ruby, I'm trying to give you some advice here and you're not even listening. Reina. My name is Reina. What would you just say, Reina? Who's that? Oh yeah, it was the name of some pathetic little foster girl I picked up. You wanna go back to being her? Just say the word and I throw you out there myself. If you think you've got it so bad now, let's count the seconds between you hitting those streets and being back in foster care or dead in some gutter. Not so talkative now, are we, Reina? Or is it Ruby, the girl who was successful? The girl who could make it if she would just do what she was told? Sorry, I'm sorry, I lost my temper, but you gotta see things my way. You're special, you know that? See, saw so much potential in you, such a beautiful young girl, wanted to raise you up and show you what life is about. Then you reject me and everything I can offer you. It's a damn shame. So pretty, Ruby, so pretty, but not when you mop around. Look, I get it. You're a teenager and you wanna cry it out, right? Fine, but when you're done with that, you're going back out there. You think I want to send you all these little meetings with Massa and guys like him? I would rather you were successful so we don't have to do that. I'm on your side. If you would work harder, you wouldn't have to do things like that. Stop. Stop crying. You're not a child anymore. Just want to go home. Home? Who do you think you are? You are home. This is as good as it's going to get for a girl like you. Tomorrow, you're going to go with Massa and do whatever it is he tells you to do. You stop this crying and you start making some money. Maybe it was a mistake to think you'll end up being special. Turns out you're just another disappointment, another whore. Phew. Look. Something laying on the mattress. It's a newspaper article. The title, One Hit Wonder Ruby Commits Suicide. It can't be, that was over 10 years ago. Her real name was withheld from the press, but her picture is there. According to the article, Higashi went to her room and found it locked. He called to her. She didn't answer. Thought she must have been tired, he said. She would have been working hard on his new song. He only forced the door when he noticed the smell where he found her hanging from the rafters. She would hung herself almost 2 days before. Probably in this room. There's more. Though Mr. and Mrs. Higashi had adopted her years before, Ruby was not made to work and loved being an idol more than anything in the world. Her song, Look For Me, will go on sale again this month, with all sales going to various suicide prevention charities. I've read enough. The sadness that's in this room is the same awful feeling I felt in the sewers. Is it Raina's? Is this what I was supposed to see? Die Tür? Ich meine, wir können exiten, aber... Feels sick, that monster. How many girls had Higashi passed around and abused before he was murdered? Trina, she looks the same as she does now, 16 years old, child. Higashi had her locked up and she tried to take back control the only way she thought she could. Only she came back. And all that pain and suffering came back with her. When I was in that room, Could feel it like it was my own. It's not the first time. The dark was stepped in it. As soon as I realized was like the air changed. I can sense a pulse now, like a heartbeat following me. Feel like the dark has changed, but there's more to do. Like I said, the mask was a tool to navigate the dark. I need to go to Kamakura and find out what I can. Dann machen wir das mal. Kamakura. Had to find out about the masks, but there's something I've got to do first. 6 months ago I sent one girl to the morgue and very nearly killed another. Since then I would thought of coming here to apologize to my Kavana countless times. Couldn't will myself to see her and be faced with my failure. Think of the fear and hurt in her eyes and I feel nothing but shame. For my own peace of mind I need to tell her the truth about that day and about how I lost control. Hopefully she can find it in herself to forgive me enough to help me with my investigation. Wait, so why are the cherry blossoms blooming? It's like nothing changed since that day. Oh, it's you. I was reading the papers and I saw your picture. And then I saw that picture on the TV news and maybe the 7chan message board. I'm sorry, I was curious. I remember meeting you and couldn't believe it. It's like I met a celebrity or something. Oh, of course, it's not good or anything, but you know, you never know who you meet in this business. Everyone always seems so unassuming. I mean, it's not to say any of it was your fault or anything. Okay, so the message boards are pretty bad. There's a lot of bad stuff on there. Like, wow. Pretty wild stuff. Are you done? Alright, sorry, yes. Hello again. What's going on with the weather here? It's fall, why are the cherry blossoms out? Beautiful, isn't it? There's a species of cherry tree, the Prunus blah 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 autumnalis, that sometimes blooms twice a year. At least that's what it says online. Would have thought he would have them here in Kamakura. Well, I say Kamakura, but they only seem to be in this part of town. Lucky, huh? Cherry blossom tree that blooms in fall? Never seen it. Sure you've got your facts straight? It seems impossible. Possible? Do you doubt my botany expertise? Impossible would be the season started reversing in themselves, don't you think? Yeah, it suddenly feels that way. Huh, say something? Why the glum face? Anyway, I hope you take advantage of the weather and go for a picnic or something. The blossoms are so peaceful. Don't they put your mind at ease? Where's Mai? Looking for Mai Kavana, have you seen her? Oh, you're looking for Mai again, huh? Sure that's such a good idea? She was pretty upset about the happenings the last time you were here. I mean, I've barely seen her leave Kamakura since then. Maybe it's best you leave her alone. It's important I talk to her. Suppose she would be at the shrine that's down the street like usual. Mai's very important to this town. We all want everything to go back to normal. Is Mai's grandmother still at that house near here? You want to see her? Well, she's still around, I suppose. See the comings and goings of all the people around here. Don't see her getting out much though. Oh yes, that reminds me. When you were last here in April, did she, I don't know, give you something? I'm not accusing you, of course. I heard that there was an important artifact that went missing last spring. Kavana is old and losing her faculties a bit. Maybe she gave it to you by mistake. Can you remember anything like that? The mask? Ja, sind wir mal ehrlich, ne? Also, you do know about it. That's a relief. wouldn't want to think something so important was stolen by some riffraff, right? So do you know when they return it? You have to ask HQ about that kind of thing. Sorry. I did. I contacted them several times. They said they didn't know anything about it. They said they didn't have it. Don't think they're lying, do you, detective? They wouldn't lie about something like that. Something so precious. To this town, would they? I'm sure whoever you talked to was mistaken. Must be it. Keep trying. Enjoy your time in Kamakura. Go away, no visitors. Es ist wieder nur ein Rabe. Oder eine Krähe. Go to Shrine. Da ist sie. Lol. Alles ist ja eigentlich so handgezeichnet, ne? Aber das hier ist rein gescannt. Cherry blossoms fell gently at my feet as I approached the Kavana family shrine. In front of me was my Kavana, still dressed in the outfit of the shrine maiden. She had seen me approach. This time it was me she was terrified of. We were the only two people at the shrine, yet I couldn't shake the feeling of being followed. Familiar presence watching from the shadows. Da hier. Kill her. Nein. Was passiert dann? No, I won't do it. Why now? Why her? I have to do what you say. I'm not a puppet. Can't choose. You? The detective from before? Why are you just standing there? Is it over? Fine, sorry to scare you. I'm here to talk to you. See, I've never been good at apologies. I'm sorry for everything I put you through. I've been meaning to talk to you ever since that day. I should have come sooner. You're here to apologize now? Didn't hear from anyone in 6 months. Police only talked to me once, and then everyone here started avoiding me and acting like it never happened. I guess that makes me the last person you would want to see now. After that day, I'm sure some police came by and told you that I was only following procedure, but that's bull. Police in this country don't go around shooting people. I didn't feel myself and lost control, putting you at risk. Sounds vague to say I lost control at such a crucial time, I bet. But that's the truth. The truth. It's strange, isn't it? Cherry blossom, I mean. It's silly, but every time someone comes here and says how beautiful they are, I get so mad. It's like they don't understand my feelings at all. But that's selfish, huh? It's not like I want everyone to suffer along with me. Imagine the only other one who understands that is you, detective. Your name's Ito, right? It's so quiet here. It's hard to imagine something like that day in April really happened in a place so peaceful. But it did. I know that you and your partner were only doing what you could to save me, but I wish I could have helped. Felt so helpless. At least you told me the truth. Thank you. You know, ask Grandma about the mask the red-headed girl was after, and she denied knowing anything. But it was a lie. Found one of her old journals, the shrine, and she wrote that the mask was important, had to be hidden away. Why would she lie to me? I'm sick of everyone always trying to protect me by covering everything up. Grandma hasn't been the same since that day either. She shuts herself up in that old house and mumbles to herself about darkness and purity. I'm so worried about her. My gut tells me That mask has something to do with it. I'm sorry. Listen to me rambling away. I bet you don't care about any of that. The truth is, I think you're right about the mask having something to do with all the strangeness. I actually came here to ask you about it. Think so too? And let me help you. Don't know anything, but maybe Takashi does. Sorry, Takashi's my brother. He used to live here in Kamakura with me. Grandma, but he left the first chance he got. We talk on the phone all the time, but he refused to come back and visit. I get the feeling he knows something I don't. You won't even visit. Where does your brother live now? He's an instructor at a kendo dojo in Asakusa, Tokyo. I hear he's a big shot in the kendo world. Sounds like he would be a good place to start. Do you think you speak to me? You can try. He's never been very good at opening up to strangers though. It's worth a shot. Thank you for helping me, May. Ja, das hier ist nicht gezeichnet. Das hier ist alles gezeichnet. Und ich glaube, das da ist auch wieder so 3D-mäßig, so wie wir als Charakter. Ist ja wieder on. Yes, Simon. Und hi. Schon seit einer Stunde wieder. Asakusa. My investigation up to that point led me to believe that finding Takashi Kawana would be difficult and convoluted. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Turns out, this kendo dojo was well regarded as a popular training spot for a few national champions and several of the city's police officers. The latter made me nervous. The information I was asking for was sensitive and I didn't want word of my investigation finding its way back to HQ. A few misfired questions could end up with officers. I had to be cautious. Inside is the interior of a traditional tea shop. Doesn't look like anyone has been there. Buy octopus balls. Hi there, would you be interested in buying some of the finest takoyaki in Tokyo? This isn't the cheap stuff you buy at a food stand at a festival. It will make you question everything you knew about octopus and ballful. You can say no to that sales bitch. Sure, take some. Wow, you're right. This is maybe the best takoyaki I've had. Thank you, miss. Best takoyaki on all the islands. Tourists likely can hear them speaking English. My English isn't so great, so I doubt they be of much help, but I wonder what they're talking about. Hello there, is there something we can help you with? Huh? I don't speak... Wait, Japanese? Your Japanese is perfect. As a college professor, if it wasn't, I would probably be out of a job. I'm no college professor, but I work in a Japanese software company, so I would be in a bit of trouble too. Don't look at me, I just live here. Well, not in Tokyo. In the suburbs. Wow, I think you guys might speak Japanese better than I do. I mean, sorry. Just, I never would have thought. You prefer to speak in English instead? No, I mean, no, please. Japanese is fine, sorry. I wasn't meaning to be nosy. I guess I don't see people wearing yukata this late in the year. Is there a festival or something? No, we come to Asakusa every year and the yukata became part of the tradition after a while. Guess it makes us stand out more than we already do, huh? Don't knock tradition, Tony. Admittedly, my legs are a little cold though. This looks like the dojo I was looking for. Gut, rein da. Who are you? A friend of mine. You're a friend of my sister's. Expect me to believe that? A little, don't you think? Gee, thanks. Really, you think I wouldn't recognize you? You're the officer who was the shrine in the pro who almost got her killed. And now you're lying about it, pretending to be her friend to no doubt, to get something from me. Don't look so shocked. Your little deception was easy to read us all. To your Ayami in Kamakura, I heard May crying over the phone every night for a month. Don't bother her anymore. Now get out of here before myself or one of your fellow officers has to throw you out. Na, das lief ja gut. Well, that didn't go away. Maybe May would know how to soften her one up. Wieso habe ich das Gefühl, dass wir ihm Octoballs geben müssen? Yep, you found Big Brother alright. He's been protective of me ever since we were little. You know, I'm probably overstepping my boundaries, but would you be willing to come talk to him? I don't think he'd tell me anything on my own. You want to meet her? You know, seeing you again really got me thinking. I decided that even if everyone's trying to hide it, I can't sit there and ignore what's happening. I need to understand why my family has been acting so strangely. Even my own brother is keeping me in the dark. I'm sick of it. Sure, come with you, Ito. If I went alone, he would probably pat me on the head and send me on my way, but if you're there, I'm sure he'll tell me about my parents, the mask and everything. You sure that's what you want? Sometimes not knowing is better, Mai. No more stupid little Mai. Would rather be heard. But before we go, let's check on Grandma. These days, she doesn't know where I am. It can really set her off. Alright, we'll make a quick stop at the house. Thanks, bye. Grandma, it's me. Please open the door. May? Oh, May, it's you. Please come in. Yes, come in. Wait, what is she doing here? It's okay, Grandma. She's here to help. Help? Huh, don't make me laugh. You were supposed to help me, remember? I felt something and you were going to free me from the past. Free you? Are you talking about the mask? Do not discuss that horrid thing here. No matter how far you go, I can still feel it. Like needles in my skin, dragging me to it. In my dreams I can still see that place. You've seen it too, Detective? Dark place, with those we've lost reside. I'm so old and have wasted so much time, yet the pain won't go away. My poor Emiko. I miss her so much. If only I could have found her. Emiko, you mean Mom? Find her? What are you talking about? She's gone. Because she told me she died after I was born. Yes, of course. You shouldn't be asking about such things, Mai. It is warrant for this woman you would be safe at the shrine. No, Grandma, you're wrong. I'm not safe while everyone lies to me. I'm going to see Takashi if you don't tell me the truth. He will. Mai, listen to yourself. You must stop. Opening the door to the past will solve nothing. Ever since you were little, I've done what I could to protect you and your brother. Please don't go down this path. You look so much like her. You know your mother. And you, detective, perhaps my granddaughter is too naive to see it, but you can't hide it from me. I know what you've seen, what you think you're able to do. Keep my family out of it. We've suffered enough. You don't know anything about me even besides. I'm not the one hiding things from my family. Tell me, do you know the story of Izanagi and... Oh, yeah? Yeah? Grandma, this again? I'm sure Ito's not interested in hearing some old myth. Oh, doch bin ich. Really, we should get going. Stay right there. Though I've told you the story so many times, you don't seem to grasp its importance. I think it would be of use to this woman to hear it. Izanagi and Izanami were the first of the gods known to us as the Kami. In legend, it was the drops of ocean water that fell from Izanagi's jeweled spear that created the island of Japan. When they descended to our land, they brought their love and devotion with them to the realms of mortals. Izanagi and Izanami had many children, the deities of nature that inhabited the natural world all around us. For a time, life was peaceful. However, as Izanami gave birth to Kagutsushi, the kami of fire, she was horribly burned and suffered mortal wounds. As she lay dying and faced with her mortality, new kami were born from her suffering. Kami that hid away from the light. When Izanami passed, Izanagi was inconsolable and in his rage, he struck down the child that killed his love. Unable to accept her death, he ventured deep underground to Yomi no Kuni, the land of the dead. Half blind and distraught with grief, he wandered in the darkness until he finally heard the voice of his beloved. Though unable to see her face, Izanagi begged Izanami to return with him. Izanami replied that she would try and ask the gods of Yomi no Kuni permission to return to the land of the living. Incapable of restraining his desire to see his love, Izanagi set his comb alight in order to look upon his lost love. What greeted him was the sight of a decaying, worm-eaten face. In horror, Izanagi attempted to flee Yomi no Kuni. Izanami, enraged, sent dark spirits to pursue him and drag him back to her. After narrowly escaping, Izanagi sealed the entrance to Yomi no Kuni with great boulder. So you see, it is our mortality that brings suffering into the world. Yet, resisting it is a perversion of the natural order. Being mortal means we must accept that we cannot control life and death. Detective, some things cannot be changed and some doors should never be opened. You must stop. Grandma, you're talking about stories and myths. You're talking about real things. Story may be a myth, but there is truth within it. Can't you see that? The things you pursue, they're unnatural, unclean. Heed my warning and stop this foolishness. I won't let you involve my family any further. First those bastards take my amigo, then you show up and perhaps I'm being punished for my sins. May, come here, my sweet child. We must keep you away from her. No, Grandma, I told you already. I'm going to see Takashi. I'm an adult now. You can't tell me what to do anymore. No, you can't. You can't go. We must protect our family from outsiders, Mai. You're reopening old wounds. Leave us alone. Let us heal. Heal? Think I want to heal? Can't you see how much these lies have hurt me already? You're the one wounding me, Grandma, not Ito. You're delusional. Tell us stories about kami and spirits. Takashi might hide things from me too, but at least he makes sense. This time he's going to tell me the truth about everything, about mom and dad too. Stop. Tell you now. How your parents, how they... Can't, can you? You've never told me how they died. The reason always changed every time I asked. No, May, please, you must listen. They might be listening. They're still out there and they haven't forgiven me. Can't you see? They... What are you talking about? You're insane. Sorry I spoke to you that way. I'll be back to check on you soon. Don't go, please. Goodbye, Grandma. Whew! I'm sorry, she's gotten much worse since you last saw Stray. No, it's fine. Why do you think she told us that story? About Izanagi, I don't know. It's kind of creepy, wasn't it? She was talking about it like she really believed it. Come on, let's go see Takashi. Whoa, whoa, where do you think you're going? Mai and I are leaving, what do I of it? Oh well, you can't. I got a call from Mai's grandmother and she says she's having health issues, so she has to stay. I didn't ask what they were, wouldn't want to be caught fainting on my shift again, but must be pretty bad if she called. Mai's an adult, her grandmother can't keep her here. Let's go. No, you don't understand, you're not going anywhere. Echt jetzt? Tja, dann nehmen wir halt Violence, ne? So we choose Violence. Ito, what are you doing? Is he going to be okay? He'll be up again in a few hours. Why did he stop us like that? He's never done that before. Still, you shouldn't have done that. He'll be fine, let's go. We can't just leave him here. What if he's hurt? May, let's go. He might not be the only one who wants to stop us. But fine, let's go. Kann ich mit ihr die Octoballs da probieren? Ja. Yes, I can see a glimmer in your eyes that tells me you have a hunger for a second order of my nationality famous takoyaki. Me? Well, why wouldn't I? They were amazing. Yep, the struggle is real. You think I don't sit here in the presence of my own creations and not want a little taste? No, of course I do. They're delicious, but the extra time and effort means I don't have as many on hand. I have to limit to one order per customer. But I'm your only customer, come on, just one more taste. Sorry, no can do. There's a reason I set up in a quiet spot like this. Otherwise I would sell out in minutes. Well, let me know if you change your mind. Ich dachte, ich kann ihr eins quasi geben. Mai, what are you doing here? Did she make you come? It's not like that, Takashi. It was my idea. I asked her to come talk with you, but you sent her away. This woman almost got you killed. You expect me to cooperate with her? Surely, if you need to talk to me, you can come yourself. My sister doesn't need to be involved. No. If I came alone, you would just evade all my questions like you always do. Besides, there's something I need you to see. See what? What are you talking about? Where did you get that? Put it away. So you do know what it is. I knew you were hiding something from me. It's not true, I wasn't hiding it. It's not something you ever needed to know about. Besides, why is she carrying it in the first place? Don't change the subject, this isn't about Ito. I understand that you're upset with me, but we should talk about this another time. Furthermore, that mask has nothing to do with you. You're wrong. Back in April, when Maya was held at knife point by another girl, it was this mask she was after. A mask your family is connected to. Looking for it? Suppose I've been a fool to think I could keep the truth of our families passed away from you. Past? Does this have to do with Mom and Dad? Yes, and so much worse. I first saw that mask when I was a child before you were born. The truth is, it belonged to a cult called the Kamen Kai, of which our parents were members. Cult? You're kidding. How would your parents got mixed up in that? I know how it sounds. I find it hard to believe myself. They were a group led by a guru named Tokimasa who promised a simpler life, away from the hypocrisy and falseness of city life. Our parents both had master's degrees and my mother was on her way to earning her PhD. They chose to give up their lives and their careers to follow some mystic and live on a compound instead. The Kamen Kai were one of many such groups back then. I was a child and didn't understand, but thinking about how our parents were deceived and what they put me and my phone, it's unforgivable. The mess was on the compound, but for what purpose or what they believed it, I don't know. Do you think there were any members on the left who would know? No, you see, there are no surviving members. They died, all of them, including our parents. Sorry, I don't remember much about it. One night Grandma came into the room where we were sleeping, saying we had to go. The compound was in the woods, so it was dark and I could barely see, but she kept charging forward with Mai in her arms and me dragging behind. When we were back in Tokyo several days later, Grandma told me that our parents were dead. She didn't seem sad. It was as if she expected it. The government censored much of what happened, so I was never able to learn how they died. Me and Grandma didn't speak of it, ignoring it as if my childhood and everything that happened in those woods was all a bad dream. If it weren't for her, we would probably be dead with our parents, but ignoring it couldn't erase the anger I felt towards them. I wonder if they even cared what might happen to us. As a high schooler, I spent more time trying to find out about Kamen Kai than I did studying. I thought that if I could understand why my parents so willingly gave up their lives and abandoned us, I would stop feeling so betrayed. But I was wrong. Nothing I found gave me any peace. Mom and Dad died as part of some cult? Don't believe it. It's true, I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. I guess that in hiding it from you, I was able to hide away my feelings as well. I think for Grandma it was too painful to talk about. I believe she took possessions of the shrine in order to live a simpler life. We had to keep it secret. There's no way we would live a normal life with the stigma of the Kamen Kai attached to us. Suppose keeping that secret hurt us both dearly. For me, pursuing Kendo gave me some measure of control over my life again. But Grandma, who made a choice to leave her only daughter behind, she always seemed to carry the guilt bit with her. She started to going out at night, babbling about how she was looking for Mom. When she would come home, she would have a rotten stink on her clothes. I was too scared to confront her, so I tipped off the police. They found her wandering in the sewers, holding nothing but a mask. The same one from the cult found all those years before and the one you should hold now. I was shocked when they gave it to me. I hadn't seen it for so long and all the unpleasant memories from the past came flooding back. And that was when I decided to leave Kamakura. It was the only way I could move on with my life. That doesn't account for how the mask ended up with your grandmother in the first place. Don't know how she got it. Seemingly appeared out of thin air, or maybe someone gave it to her. She never said. I left the mask with her. It always made me uneasy. It had a strange aura about it. Wait, Grandma was looking for Mom? Seriously, I don't remember any of this. We were in the dorms at your school at the time. Grandma's strange behavior was part of why I insisted on you going to those private schools away from Kamakura. Couldn't drag you into that madness of our past. We parted away without ever speaking of it, and she was much better by the time you returned to Kamakura. Detective, what exactly is it that you're looking for? Surely your family's history isn't of use to you. I assume you've heard about what happened to my partner. His mask was there again when he died. It's more than an ornament. I need to know where it came from. If that's true, then I want to help. Your partner, he seemed like a nice person. No, May. You've helped plenty, but I have to do this on my own. It was right. Apologize for not telling you all this sooner, but you can't be involved in something so dangerous. I already thought would lost you that day at the shrine. I wouldn't forgive myself if something happened to you now. Alright, thank you for finally telling me the truth, Takashi. I head back for now. I hope you remember that I'm your sister. I may not remember the same things you do, but we're still family. See you guys later. Thank you for your help, Mai. You're right, May. Come visit you soon. Looks like she's gone. Mai's not here, there's no need to be coy. No doubt taking possession of that mask has taken its toll on you. Even in the brief time I was in contact with it, I felt an immense darkness behind it. I had such strange dreams and saw things I never would have dreamed up on my own. There was always an unusual air about it that I couldn't stand to be around. Maybe lying to Mai again makes me a hypocrite. All I know is I don't want her getting hurt. But like you said, don't believe that mask is simply wood and paint. Though I doubt anyone else would believe us. No one ever did, except for one man. On the street there's an old tea shop. Perhaps you saw it on the way in. An old historian named Yasuisha. There occasionally. He was the only one who ever acknowledged what I said about the mask as truth. If you're looking for information on the mask, he may be the best person to ask. I never pursued the topic with him, but I speak with him occasionally on other topics. His mind is a vault of valuable information. Hopefully, he can shed some light on what it really is. I hope so, but please, Detective, be careful. Pfui! Bevor wir jetzt kurz mit dem dann speaken, mache ich immer die Fenster zu und alles. Bis gleich. So. Frech. Warte, kann ich hier irgendwie so einen Blitzeffekt machen? Kann ich sicher. Warte. Das muss jetzt sein. Das ist wichtig. Moment. Plus Farbkorrektur. So. Genau so. So. Okay. Bin fertig. So, da bin ich wieder. Alle zu faul. Dann gehen wir mal weiter. Der T-Shop war... Der war doch hier, ne? Look. Welcome, come in. To sit down, no need to be informal and stand there like a statue. Can I help you? Yasuisha Takashi told me to come back speak with you. Oh, and how is Mr. Gold still prickly as ever, I suppose? Always found him to be wise beyond his years, though perhaps not by choice. I digress. My apologies. It's the quirks that come with old age, you know. What does Mr. Kavanagh think I can help you with? I'm looking into a few things related to Kam and Kai, the group his family got mixed up in. A more difficult answer than you might expect. You see, there are two groups that share the name. The first, as you know, is the religious group formed by the guru Tokimasa. The second is an ancient order over 1,000 years old. What's that you're holding? I was told it's related to the Kamen Kai, the newer one, and that you could tell me about it. That explains many things, child. The far off look in your eyes, for one. I imagine you have many questions. Masks are interesting, are they not? They are meant to be discussed. And yet, a mask cannot lie or contort itself to hide the truth. In that sense, it is the mask that is more truthful than the human faces we hide underneath them. I wonder how you came to be in possession of an object with such a dark history. I think it might be related to a missing person, but I don't know anything about it beyond that. But that itself is the essence of history, layers upon layers of personal connections that are continuously peered back to their root. Relics like the one you hold often take unusual routes to where they end up. Relic? If it's from the Kamikai cult from the 90s, then I would hardly call it a relic. Misguided and deceptive as he was, Tokimasa was no fool. In order to gain new followers, he needed to give his cult historical legitimacy. Boah, wie spricht man das aus? Also Legitimität, aber Legitimacy? Keine Ahnung. Das heißt ja legit. Legitimacy. Legitimacy. Ach, keine Ahnung. He collected obscure objects and gave them new meanings that he could control in order to manipulate his followers. The mask was what he chose, along with the name of the group that created it. Interesting, isn't it? Yeah, I guess so. Only I guess I was hoping you could tell me some other things about it. For instance, like, now that I'm about to say it out loud, it sounds silly. I'm sorry I bothered you. Don't be silly. You wonder, for example, why holding the mask seems to take you to another place. Or perhaps why you can see visions that don't seem real. Why you feel a strong will exerting itself on you. Oh yes, I know all about those things. Could you know about it? Tokimasa was in possession of it. He believed it showed him a path to the realm of the gods. He wrote extensively on the subject. Though unlike most, I don't discount such phenomena as the ravings of a madman when the phenomena repeats itself. Do you too look into the inky blackness and see familiar shapes in the shadows? Not shadows, see and hear people who are supposed to be dead. I find things I couldn't possibly have found otherwise. Most interestingly, tell me, detective. Oh, apologize. Do you mind if I call you that? I don't remember telling you I was a detective. My mistake. You must forgive me. Slip of the tongue. I believe it was the way you carried yourself. Determined investigators such as yourself have such a sense of purpose in their mannerism, and you do seem rather determined to get to the bottom of whatever it is you're chasing. Tell me, does me telling you that your experiences are not an illusion provide you any level of comfort? Not sure, but I do feel something. Maybe hope? It's like I've finally got a foothold on solid ground. Yes, knowledge is a light in dark places, is it not? To think a relic of such import would end up with a detective. Do you mind if I asked you something? Which do you believe? Are our lives controlled by fate? Pre-measured threats that determine our deeds, our wishes and our ends the minute we come into existence? Or conversely, is our threat subject to the chaos inherent in our universe instead? Does it change according to our deeds and that which happens to us seemingly by accident? Do you believe it's fate or chance that decides which threads of life are cut short and which are followed? Ein bisschen von beiden. Aber ich bin eigentlich Team Fate. Ja, aber nicht so determined. Schwierig. Fate. Yes, of course. Maybe you feel your life has been somewhat out of your control as of late. Control, huh? To be honest, I didn't feel like I've had much of that since the mask came to me. He said that the mask was made by the old Kamen Why? Confusing me can't be the purpose it was made for. Ah yes, a more complicated answer than you might have wished for. Indeed, it should come as no surprise that the creation of such a mysterious object is equally enigmatic. Perhaps you could do me a favor. Don't worry, it is in relation to this very topic. An important book has gone missing from my shop. If you could retrieve it for me, I feel it could shine a great deal of light on the subject. Kind of book. Book of the missing variety. I'm sorry. I jest. It concerns the mask bearer. Mask bearer? Huh? That's me, right? Although you carry it, that does not make you its bearer. All will become clear when the book is returned to me. Sounds easy enough. Can I start looking? You needn't go far. The man who has it is right outside this building, in fact. As I said, it's not much of an errand, but I, of course, cannot leave my shop. It's right outside. This won't take long. I'll be right back. The old tea shop next door? Isn't that place closed down? Closed? That can't be right. What else do you know about it? Pure conjecture on this one, but I think it might be owned by the kendo instructor from the dojo down the street, on account of him being the only one I ever seen in there. You mightn't believe me, but I swear I saw him in there, chatting away to himself. Possibly he's a little nuts. Then again, it might be some super awesome kendo meditation technique. Oh man, why didn't I think of that before? Next time I ought to ask him for some pointers instead of spying on him, eh? Word through the grapevine is that he's the original champion or something and has trained some of the best. Lots of cops train with him too, so he must be good. Maybe he's not so crazy after all. Speaking of which, I have a bit of a crazy question for you. No, you said it was closed, but do you know anything about a book taken from there? Maybe recently? I was led to believe you would. Emojis, go on. Like I said, the place has been empty for years, but you know, I spent a lot of time outside and half the time the door's wide open. So one day, a few months back, I decided to take a look around. Nothing suspicious or nothing. I was just curious, is all. Curiosity killed the cat, right? Anyway, it was all dusty and old and there was all sorts of weird stuff laying around. So I might have taken a little souvenir. I mean, it wasn't super old or nothing, so I figured no one would miss it. Besides, it wasn't for me, it was for my kid brother. That guy can get deep in the dumps sometimes, so I try to be on standby for when that happens, you know. So I figured a little gift would cheer him up. And back then he was going through some particular tough times. His bitch wife, pardon my language miss, had left him and taken their kid's daughter with her. He still doesn't talk about it, like he's in denial or something. Whoops, got off track again. I was heading to visit him with the gotten book when I get this phone call saying he was in the hospital. Caught on expensive sake and sleeping pills. Overdosed, OD'd. Thank God that idiot decided to do it at the bar he owns with the door unlocked. Consumer came in and called an ambulance. If it weren't for that, I'm not sure if he would still be there. It's quite a story. It sounds to me like he wanted to be found. Yeah, I think so too. I think he was trying to ask for help in his own way. In any case, I took the book to him while he was in the hospital. Tried to show him that even when he was at his lowest, there was someone out there trying to do something nice for him, you know? I think it helped, for a minute anyhow. As soon as the doctors let him leave, he went right back to that toxic little bar. I hope he's okay. He's got issues, but he's my little brother and I worry about him. He's not been answering my phone calls lately. Originally, my brother's bitch ex-wife, sorry again, had the brilliant idea to put his skill to work in a cheap part of town. Despite that, he's holding on to it with everything he's got. The place is slowly bankrupting him, but he won't let it go. All he has to do is sign some paper and move on, but he can't. Something about it has its claws sank deep into him. I've been trying to get him to join me in my business for years. He's a great chef, and we could make a killing. Maybe it's not the same as owning a whole bar, but serving pesos by and getting some sunshine is good for the soul. Plus, food stands are doing really well abroad, I hear. Much better than wasting away in Shinjuku at any rate. Shinjuku? Yeah, in a slimy little side street. Anyway, if that book is important to you, it's probably still got it at this place. You want the address? Wait, I knew you looked familiar. Your brother's Daisy, right? Know him? Small world. It was probably the smile on my face that threw you off. Tell him his brother Haruto says hi. While you're at it, tell him that takoyaki stands are still future of cuisine and to get his butt over here. I do that. Thanks for all your help. Alles klar dann. Let's go. Shinjuku. Hi Ayami, how can I help you today? Hey Dyson, how are things? You know, same old. Funny thing, I met your brother while I was in Asakusa today. Haruto? You met Haruto? What are the chances? Who knows, maybe it was preordered. Huh, who would have thought? So is he still selling takoyaki at his stand? Did he say anything? Yes, he said to remind you that takoyaki stands are the future of cuisine and that you should go and help him. Yeah, you talked to Haruto, alright. Always the optimist, that guy. I actually have a favor to ask you. Do you still have the book your brother gave you a few months ago? The only thing that guy gives me is headaches. Not sure if I can help you, my mommy. Said he gave it to you when you were in the hospital. Oh, what makes you think I was in the hospital? I don't even go to the for checkups, huh? Besides that dude's bringing me stuff all the time, always trying to drag me kicking, screaming over to where the grass is greener. This would have been more recently, after a rough patch. Maybe it was stupid to come and ask. Oh no, it's fine. That idiot always running his mouth, freaking traitor, huh? Those were just some hard times, nothing serious. Just drank too much is all. I'm sorry, detective, but I don't want to talk about it. Sekunde kurz. Don't want to talk about it. Alright, understood. I'm not here to dig up bad memories, Daiso. Thanks, you said you were looking for a book, right? Truth is, I don't remember a book. I do remember Haruto giving me an old magazine though. back in the hospital. It was one of the ones I used to read when I was younger. And things weren't quite so complicated. Wait, just a second, I may have it in the storeroom still. Dang it. Sorry, Ayami. Hold on a sec. Amazing how much junk someone accumulates over the years. Maybe I should throw some of this old stuff out, huh? Here it is. It's yours, detective. Huh? Hey, no wonder I recognized that photo you brought by. It's the same girl, an idol named Ruby. Reina. No, Ruby. See? It says so right there on the cover. Pretty crazy that it was still in my shop. Guess it means you're still looking for her. Wonder why you keep running into each other. Must be fate. Don't buy it. You're a hell of a detective. You must have pretty sharp nose. Ah, if you say so, Daiso. Do you mind if I take it? Like I said, it's yours. What time I started getting rid of some of my old junk. Thank you. See you around, Ayami. Take care, Daiso. Puh, die Sachen spitzen sich langsam echt zu. Ich muss ganz kurz was Kleines erledigen. Bis gleich. Weißt du, was jemand sagt, der dann die männliche Bodybuilder im Gym sieht? Und angenommen, die gehen dann nach Hause. Dann wird das Erste, was beim Sex dann ihr durch den Kopf geht, sein: Da ist der Wurm drin. Das krieg ich hin. Alter. Hab ich gesagt, ne? Die denken doch alle, oh, der Olle Blackie, der ist zu dumm dafür. Hier. Moment. Tastatur. Fleischball. Er hat mich wieder blockiert. Hör auf, mich zu blockieren. Oh. Alter, hast du mich Trottel genannt? So, da bin ich wieder. Ich habe nur das Licht angelassen. Sekunde. Tja. So. Wir waren stehen geblieben. Wir haben mit, Gott, ich komme langsam durcheinander. Daiso geredet und haben das Magazin bekommen. Und jetzt können wir ja wieder zum T-Shop, aber erst möchte ich eigentlich mit ihm nochmal reden. Kriege ich jetzt nochmal einen? Nee, kriege ich nicht, okay. Wie sind eigentlich unsere Stats gerade? Oh, wir haben einen echt hohen Investigation Skill. Sanity ist, ja, Professionalism geht. Eine Rose geht auch. Gehen wir mal rein. Oh, welcome back, Detective. Is that my book I see in your hands? Guess I'm a little surprised. Are you trying to tell me Rena is the mask bearer you talked about? That's hard to believe. Does it surprise you? After all, it is she who you see in the dark, is it not? The dark, that's what the collector called it too. How would Rena get tied up in all this? You only know that fate has intertwined the girl's life with the forces in the mask, but the machinations behind those circumstances are a mystery, I'm afraid. People always see history as something in the distant past, involving old men, black and white pictures, but that book and that girl are as much as part of history as the rest. The threads that connect the past to the present and people to each other are not always apparent. But peel back the layers of connection and the randomness of our universe neatly orders itself. A teen idol, an ancient order, the tool they created, and the detective who holds it, now all forming a neat and tidy line. Rena was some sort of idol living in Tokyo, not part of a sleeper cell, but some cult. Doesn't add up. On that, Detective, we can agree, so why don't we start at the beginning? To how the mask ceased to be a mere object. The story starts in ancient times in the year 1333, meine Fresse. At that time, Kamakura was the capital of Japan, led by the Hojo clan. It was a time of peace, prosperity and enlightenment. Hojo habe ich mal gehört. Sind das nicht die Triforce-User? Also mit dem Triforce-Zeichen? Peace among men is cyclical and like so many before them, so many after the time, peace came to an end. The Nitta clan, loyal to the Imperial Go-Daigo, lead a siege against the Hojo-controlled Kamakura, taking the city as the tide receded, leaving a key passage open to the invaders. The Hojo clan fled to the caves of their family temple. For them, there was no hope of victory or escape. They chose to retain their honor. Instead of surrendering, the 870 Hojo camera... The 870 Hojo samurai, including the last 3 regents, committed mass suicide. Boah, das ist krass. 870 committed to suicide. Das ist wild. Wie committed kannst du sein, dass du eine Gruppe von 870 Leuten gemeinsam zum Suizid hinkriegst? Allein organisatorisch. Holy. However, the Hojo and Nitta clans, embroiled in their quests for empire, could not see the role they played in the plans of another group, the religious sect known as the Kamenkai. It is said that in the flames of Kamakura, a girl was seen wandering the streets observing the carnage Carnage of the Burning City. A girl lost to the histories by the name of Chikako Shichijo, the last survivor of the Kamenkai. Okay, so whatever the Kamenkai were trying to do, they failed. I mean, they all died, right? No, they did not fire. Everything went exactly as planned. Chikako Shichijo did not survive by chance, she was chosen. Chosen for what? To receive the blessing of all the spiritual energy that so much death afforded. To become the first mask bearer. Mask bearer, the Kamenkai used the deaths of all those people to create this? Why? Legend has it, the Kamenkai sought to contain the door, a riddle leading to the spiritual realms, where our consciousness ceased to be and time holds no meaning, a place where cause and effects could be changed. Why? Why spend so much human life and give up so much to do that? To stop it from being abused. Imagine being able to see the world as a god so that the flow of time and the rules which govern our world are of no consequence. This is the power of the door. To a mortal mind obsessed with the finality of death and meaningless accomplishment, such power would corrupt absolutely. Power over death. So, a dark place was created to obscure the door and hide it from mortal eyes, along with a tool to control and see within the darkness. It's true, all of it. Sounds like a fairy tale, but it's true. Finding the door could be the key to bringing Tanaka back. Some doors, no matter how strong they call to us, are not meant to be opened, and the Kamenkai willingly gave their lives to keep it that way. The mask opens the mind to all who come in contact with it, but is intended for its bearer. Using it to find the door may destroy you. Maybe you're right, but I could at least use it to find my way in the dark, just like the collector said. The only thing I don't get is how Reina is connected to it. That is a mystery. As Mr. Kavanagh told you, the last known location of the mask was the Kamenkai cult only a few decades ago. Much was suppressed about the Kamenkai under Tokios. They existed, and then on March 4th, 1996, they met their end. There were many theories that the police killed them during their raid of the compound, or that someone within the cult had snapped and murdered the others. Nothing but conjecture. I'm afraid the real answer lies somewhere deep within the police records, and though I remain curious, it is not something I have access to. Perhaps the best place to start is there. Finding out about the last days of the Kamenkai may help like your path to the truth. Though I wonder if such an object, bred from suffering, can truly put an end to it. Is it you who can finally break this terrible cycle? I've spent a long time here. Tired, so tired. Farewell, detective. Puh, okay, das wird langsam echt komplex. Sitting there comfortably, the historian casually laid out everything that I've experienced like he was reading it out of a book. A mass suicide, ancient groups, and a door to the spiritual realm. It sounds like a myth, an interesting story told to travelers in a bygone era. It's hard to believe it relates to Kazuki and Reina. Can't see it. The bridge between the Kamakura samurai and a young girl. He said Reina fit into the story. She's a mask bearer. But how? Yasuisha, the collector, I thought. When I would met them, I would enter their world and could start to understand, however faintly. But my intuition as a detective tells me they're hiding something from me still. Maybe I'm overthinking it. I need to keep going. What day is it anyway? How long have I been chasing these leads? Day turns to night, they always bleed into each other. Even the seasons don't seem to follow the natural order anymore. Things blurring together. On my head, maybe I should take my medication. possible as it seems. According to your old man's hunch, it's my best bet to finally understanding the mask. Even Takashi didn't know what happened to the Kamenkai. Finding the police report is the way forward. A few weeks ago it would have been easy for me to ask around to pull a file. It'll be a bit more difficult now, I imagine. It's the worst that can happen. I should head to police HQ and see what I can find. Ich kann auch nicht zu meinem Apartment gehen. Oh shit, you've gotta keep kidding me. Funny, me and some of the other guys were just talking about you after practice the other day. Chiefly we were taking bets as to how long it would be before you showed your face again. Shame you coming in here now cost me 10,000 yen. Not that it matters. Ever since you left, things are looking up to me. I won the last department kendo tournament and I've been enjoying my promotion. Oh yeah, thanks for the new office, by the way. Anyway, non-active duty cops, or you, in other words, ain't allowed in HQ right now, so what do you want? Need a favor. Man, this just gets better and better. Begging me for a favor, huh? Kind of figured you might someday. So what do you want me to do, Ito? Sneak into evidence locker? Steal your gun back for you? Huh. Like I would do anything for you. The press have already told everyone in the damn station to steer clear of you. You're considered bad luck for people's careers. Well, myself excluded, I suppose. Wouldn't expect anyone to do you any favors from here on out of it. And I would rather not people see us talking and think that we are all friendly or something. Now get out before I have to call someone down here. Threaten with violence. Ich weiß nicht, wenn der ja Kendo-Dude ist. Vielleicht kann ich den Kendo-Dude fragen. I'm surprised to see you back. How can I help you, detective? Train police? I was told your dojo trains a lot of people in the police. That's right, I train many of them personally. You know Akira Taira? Detective from Tokyo HQ. Ah yes, I Taira. I know him quite well. A man with a great deal of innate talent in martial arts. Though the talent is offset somewhat by his, how to put his brash personality. Brash is a very diplomatic way to put it. Sorry to put you on the spot, but Terror is about the only usable link I've got left in the police force and the one person who's trying to stop me the most. Seeing as you train with him all the time, I was hoping you might know something that would change his mind, if you know what I mean. Are you asking me to help you blackmail Terror? Beyond the obvious reason why I wouldn't help you do that, I also happen to think it won't work. You may be surprised to hear this, but Detective Terra actually lives a fairly straightforward life. Success or nothing that would draw any scrutiny, at least not among his fellow officers. I hear he is engaged to be married soon as well. Someone actually agreed to marry that slime, that poor girl. Yes, a very nice girl. Apparently they are quite happy together. Oh yeah? You see how long that lasts. May I ask what exactly Terra did to you to make you feel so strongly? Did to me? Ha! You should be asking him that. Ever since I started, he's looked down on me and never missed a chance to remind me how he felt. I ignored him because I figured if I worked hard enough and earned my promotion that it would shut him up once and for all. Eventually got this promotion. I take it. Well, did he shut up like you thought? No, he got worse. It started with him spreading rumors about me sleeping around in HQ. Then there were various complaints to my supervisor. He couldn't blah blah blah. It's all fallen apart now though, huh? I got my old job and every time I see him, he has that smug grin on his face. Like he's mocking me. So you hate the fact that, at least in his mind, he was right. Something like that. Tara's not the first person to think a woman didn't deserve the promotion I got. But it stung a little extra when he ended up at my desk. Yes, I thought as much. You're not saying you think that brown-nosing, womanizing, lazy, good-for-nothing asshole actually deserves my spot, are you? No, I can't judge the inner workings of a police force, but from what I've heard, it certainly wouldn't be the first time an officer didn't earn their promotion, honestly. Often, I watch my students spar and I always notice an interesting trend. You see, usually the outcomes of matches have nothing to do with their skill. Is there a moral at the end of the story? Patience, Ito. You see, two students will face each other, but before they even draw their swords, they've decided the outcome. Students rank each other's and themselves, based on practice, their social status, their schools, or any number of things before they even enter my dojo. A student perceiving himself as stronger will always be more relaxed, more ready to attack. Ach komm, ich drück manchmal zu schnell. Ready to attack, while the students who resigned will halt nicht. It's not skill or merit that wins the battle, it's expectations. Do you see where I'm going with this? I do, but I'm not sure if I like it. Saying that unless I can break Terra's perception of me, I keep losing, right? Exactly. For a man like Terra who expects certain things of women, used to fight him at every turn, but if I suck up to him and play the part, it might throw him off guard, enough for me to win this fight. Sound about right? Very perceptive here. This should help. Sake? It's a gift. Wow, that's a flattering. I better even know you. Suppose in order to degrade myself to scum like Terra, I could use a drink. It's not for you. It's for Terra. Oh, and here I was thinking you were being nice. This is a very expensive brand. As a matter of fact, it's Terra's favorite. Gift for his promotion. Promotion, he stole promotion into my position. Think of it as a way to throw him off balance. Can't strike at his heart until he drops his guard after all. You know how to play the role he expects of you? I suspect you know the type of woman he likes. Much as it pains me to admit, that might work. Thanks for the sec. I spoke to the historian. Oh good, and? What is he? I don't understand your question. He's one of them. Ito, are you alright? It's just an old man, what else would he be? No, Takashi, you must have noticed. There's something off about him. Like the collector, but no, not exactly like him. Not sure what Jinder told you to scare you like this, but I've known him for years. He's a bit eccentric and too philosophical for his own good, but he's harmless. Want me to offer some advice? What you're feeling right now, it's not him. It's you. The more time I spent researching the Kamenkai in the past, the more I began to fear the world. But I didn't. It continued to turn on its axis as it always does. It was me who became unhinged. Could always walk away, detective. Some mysteries aren't worth solving. Dann machen wir das mal auf seine Art. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm sorry. That's it, Ito. I've heard enough of you. Wait, what? You heard it right, Henry. I'm sorry. You're a good detective and I never did congratulate you on your promotion. Here, this is for you. I get it. So you think bribing me is gonna work, huh? Can we set a ball of No way, it sells out in weeks. Even my family rarely managed to get a bottle and they knew the people to ask. How would you get it? It's not important. Consider it an apology for how I've treated you in the past. Present this to you as a way to formally hand over my old position to you. It's clearly in better hands now. But... Ito. Sit up, will you? It's fine, just sit up already. Yeah, okay. I accept your apology. Hell, didn't know you felt that way. I mean, in light of recent events and all, it's long overdue. Guess with all the stress you've gone through, the delay is understandable. Glad you've finally learned to manage your emotions properly. Thank you for your kind words, Detective Tyra. Once I return to the department, I know I have much to learn from you. Hey, it's a little early for that talk, don't you think? You don't even know if they'll let you back on the force after the hearing. Yes, I suppose you're right, Detective. I shouldn't have spoken so brashly. Okay. Stop that, please. I always thought you would be better a cop if you listened to your fellow detectives a bit more. Suppose there's a lot you have to learn from me, huh? I know you're right. Sarah, I was too brash before. It's probably how I ended up here. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for dropping this by it. To tell you the truth, it's been a tough time for all of us. It's better to stick together. We are all on the same team after all, right? Maybe once you back me and you can partner up? One can only hope I'll be so lucky. Alter! Right, look, I gotta get back to my office. You need anything else? Well, I was thinking, but no, I couldn't possibly bother you. You're so busy. That's fine, I can handle it. Go on. Well, I know I shouldn't be, but I've been doing a little research in an unofficial capacity, you know. Was wondering if you could pull a file for me. You know, I can't give you access to the system. You're suspended, and besides, it would be against regulations, and I guess if you stay on that side of the counter, I could get Ishibashi to help you. Don't think this means we're best friends or anything. It's just repayment for the Ken no Mishi. Oh, thank you, but Terra, a Detective Terra, I wouldn't want to impose on your busy schedule. Against that up! Saki, I'm going back to my office. Look up the files Ito wants. Lock the search query to my name. Got it? Yes, sir. Of course. I'll be in my new office all afternoon, so direct any calls there. Clear? Yes, sir. I think he's gone. Yeah, Ayami, I mean, I've twisted some guys around my finger before, but that was something else. Don't think it'll take long to get your office back if you can keep working that magic. Ayami, listen to me very closely. It's very, very important. You train me how to do that for professional purposes. I think you're alright on your own, Saki. Oh, fine, be that way. Anyway, you've got Terra? In March 1996, there was a raid on a compound belonging to a cult called the Kamenkai. I would like the official report, plus anything else you can find on it. Wow, that's some heavy reading material. I get right on it, boss. Doesn't seem like there's so much to go on here. Looks like there's only one file. Right though. I'll put it on a USB for you so you can take it with you. Just don't tell anyone. Here you go. Thanks, Saki. I owe you one. You owe me You owe me more than one. Ayami. See you around. Jetzt können wir mal wieder in unser Apartment gehen. Und ich kann mal ein bisschen was trinken. Können unsere Pills nicht nehmen. Können nicht mal mit der Katze spielen. Something doesn't smell right. There's a raid on the compound, and all that's left is this lonely breathing. Doesn't add up. Not to mention so much of what is here is eradicated. Officers arriving at the scene found 12 people dead on arrival, including Tokios and Mai's parents. Where are the details about how they died? Not to mention the report itself was filled almost a week after the raid, so why aren't there any autopsy reports? It says here 2 children and 1 adult are believed missing. It must be Mai, Takashi and their grandmother. So that means Takashi was telling the truth after all. So many people have been hiding information from me. It's almost a relief. Still, such a short report raises a whole lot of questions. The list of dead, the causes of death. There were other survivors, what else they found? It's all lost. Even the locations of the compound has been classified. All I know is that the mess was found in the middle of a pile of dead bodies. What the hell happened there? Why was it covered up? Gut, okay, da steht eigentlich das, was wir quasi davor gerade von ihr gehört haben. The report is unclear, but it's obvious that the mass had a part to play in those 12 people's death. A young girl's suicide in Shinjuku made me aware of the dark, and I know how that an ancient mask can be used to find a door that may be the key to getting Kazuki back. Learning about those two-faced facets of the mystery was supposed to be enough to show the way to the dark, but even though I can feel the dark, something is still wrong, a piece is still missing. My gut tells me the missing information I need has to do with what happened to the common kind. I have to make the Kawana woman talk. She's the only one alive who could tell me what happened that night. Wie sind denn unsere Sanity-Werte? Ja, komm, take Bell. Cardo nimmt Episteme. Ja, weil wir haben immer noch einen extrem hohen Investigation-Boom. You? I told you to stay away from my family. Don't drag my grandchildren into this any more than you already have. Stay back. I have questions about the Kamikai. The group or your daughter and son-in-law were part of. You're the only one alive who would remember. Kamikai, I don't know anything about it. Leave me. Grandma, enough! Listen to yourself. Do you even realize you're lying anymore? Takashi told us everything. And you, Ito, just because this investigation is important to you doesn't give you the right to barge in here. Your grandma and I need to talk. If it upsets you, maybe you should go. No, I'm not going anywhere. This is the house I grew up in. It's as much mine as it's grandma's. If you have something to say, you can say it in front of me. Only a little while ago I found out my parents died in some cult. No one even knows why. You think hearing that was easy for me? I want to help you, Ito. But all the deceit and lies are starting to hurt people. What I'm chasing is so much worse. Tell it to that poor man in the station. He's in the hospital, now terrified out of his wits. People aren't only here to be used for information and then thrown away while you move on. They have lives too. And bringing up the past can hurt. Surely you of all people understand that. I do, but ignoring the past won't make it go away, and there's unfinished business from the Kamikai that needs to be taken care of. But what's left to talk about? Everyone's dead, right? I promised to talk to you about all this later, but for now, let me and the detective talk. Go on. You were cooking us dinner, weren't you? Alright, talk about it later. But I'll be in the other room if you need. So you found me out. Now that my knows, I suppose there's no point in keeping it a secret any longer. Truth is, my daughter never would have joined the Kamikai if it weren't for me. I convinced her and her husband to join. I was already a member. At the time I joined, my husband had left me and I would lost my job, suddenly leaving me a single, unemployed mother who could barely support her daughter. That's when Tokimasa found me and told me that the society that stigmatized and shunned me was a fiction, a great machine to be fought, and that my very soul was at stake. Of course, he used me as he did everyone else. I desperately wanted to hear that. Ach man, that my struggles weren't my fault. They stole everything from me, my youth, my mind. And then, one day in 1996, they all died. The cause of death was buried and no autopsies were performed, or if they were hidden. Why? That's simple. The government didn't care about some dead cultists in the woods and covered it up so the papers wouldn't sensationalize their deaths. That's it. After everything I've found, you expect me to believe that? 12 people died that day and no one knows why. What happened? Tell me the truth. You want to know what happened so badly? Fine, I'll tell you. They died for nothing, following in the footsteps of a madman who believed that life was an illusion. As words of other compounds and other groups being raided spread, Tokimasa began warning us that the end was near. He believed the world was collapsing, and it was time for him and his followers to abandon the flesh and find purity among their gods. Es gibt doch diesen Kult, der bei diesem einen Meteorschau und so weiter so 12 Member umgebracht hatte, ne? Und ich meine, das hier mit dem End is near und so weiter klingt sehr stark nach Zeugen Jehovas. Among the gods. My Imiko, she didn't die from some conspiracy. She chose death because she no longer had an anchor to reality, and it was my fault. Beyond that, I don't know what happened to me. No, you do know something. In the report it says after the officers cleared the bodies, they found the mask. The same one you handed to me 6 months ago. Tokimasa would always kept it to himself, saying it granted him sight into the realm of the kami. I needed it. You don't understand. It allowed us to see strange things and people who were gone. The guru was a fool to take a fake, but the mask was real. There was a rumor that the cult members were killed by one of their own. Surely you didn't. No, you don't understand. I would never kill my own child. I didn't take the mask. It was given to me. One day a man, some journalist or other, showed up at my door carrying the mask. Couldn't believe it. I begged him for it, and he stood there, smiling at me. His eyes were like none I had ever seen. It was strange. All he wanted in exchange for the mask was a picture of Emiko. Das war der Collector, oder? When I joined the cult, I was forced to give up my possessions and only had one left, but I gave it to him nevertheless. I thought if I had the mask that I could find her, that maybe she would forgive me. As soon as I had it in my hands, my mind opened. I could hear the voice. So you went into the sewers, chasing after her, thinking you could save her? Takashi told you that as well, did he? Yes, it's true. Emiko was crying out to me, begging me to find her and free her from a dark place. I would have given anything to hold her in my arms again and plead her forgiveness. I don't care if you don't believe me. just like Tanaka was calling out to me. I do believe you. We're probably some of the few people left alive who know what this mask is capable of. If you really thought I would help you find her, then why would you give it to me? Because I was wrong. First I only followed whispers, then I found myself in a strange labyrinth chasing after a shade. The days bled together. I lost track of my grandchildren of the shrine. It was an illusion. No matter how hard I tried, I never found her. I only became more and more disconnected from the world around me. I descended into madness. I was being used again, just as Tokimesa had used so many years before. Tried getting rid of it, throwing it away, burning it. None of it mattered. It always came back. And when I did, the visions and whispers only got worse. So I put it out of my mind, tried as best I could to live a life of solitude and ignore the screams of my daughter. Then you came. And when you did, the mask was screaming out in voices I'd never heard before. Thought it was a sign, so I gave it to you. I didn't even have time to breathe out a sign of relief before I heard a gunshot ring out. No one else ran to it. I think I was the only one who knew the sound for what it was. I thought the mask was punishing me once again by taking Mai away from me. Instead, it had passed tragedy to another. I'm sorry, perhaps the knowledge of the mask should die with us. There's one other person who knows about the mask, a girl named Reina. Does that name mean anything to you? No, don't know anybody by that name. You expect me to know everyone who's been touched by the mask? No, but you were involved with a group that worshipped it. Are you sure you're telling me everything? Yes. What God will accusing an old woman do? Unless you're chasing someone too. That must be it. Mai told me you lost someone. Your partner in the police is dead, right? If I'm right, then I suggest you stop your search. The place I was known by the mask was not meant for the living. I barely escaped with my life. Stop while your mind and body remain intact. What if I told you there was another option? What other option? In the months since I first met you, I've had time to examine the ancient texts in the shrine, and as the mask grew further away, it loosened its grip on my mind. I knew then it would someday make its way back to me, and so I became determined to find a way to protect myself and my grandchildren from its influence. The darkness of the Kamikai and its ritual objects are but manipulations used to sever our connections with what is truly divine. The mask breeds darkness. Dark forces can invade all manner of living and non-living things, driving them to violence or death. That which is evil cannot be used or tolerated. Must be destroyed. It is the only way to save us from its grip. Destroy the mask? Thought you just said it couldn't be done. But physically. Grandma, is everything alright? I overheard you talking about that mask again. Yes, dear, but you needn't worry. In fact, it's good you're here, as this talk involves you. May, you've trained in exorcism and purification rituals for quite some time, haven't you? Such a ritual could purity the mask and turn it into a mere piece of wood. Given we gather the right materials, of course. I can tell you from the look in your eyes that you think me to be senile, but I'm quite serious. Even modern rituals have ancient roots, and with enough conviction, they are still capable of great power. Before, I was content to die as long as the mask didn't hurt my children, as I was too feeble to do what was necessary myself. But now, seeing you here, I see a second chance to do what is right. If you truly do know what the mask is, then you must help me destroy it. Slow down, I didn't come here to be involved in a ritual or exorcism or whatever you call it. I only wanted the truth about the Kamikai, which you still haven't given me. You're stubborn one, aren't you? So be it. You can see there's only one way to change your mind. The only trace of what happened that day would be at the Kamikai compound itself. The records of its location are lost, and they were never made public, but I know where it is. What's the catch? Go there, search for your truth. See what worshipping the mask has fought. When you return, you help me destroy it. What makes you so confident I changed my mind? I went back once, years ago. In all honesty, I'm not sure why. Perhaps to remind myself of my sins. What I saw unfold in the place, it was tainted by darkness and death. Those two things are all the mask will afford you. There's something else. I had a feeling you would say that. The heavy, unnatural air I felt when I returned to the compound, it had the same stench, the same quality of the tunnels where I searched for Emiko. Sounds like a superstition to me. So, what exactly is it you want in exchange for the information? I believe the energies of the mask and that place are linked. I want you to bring something back from there. Anything. It may help in the ritual. Looking for the truth will not bring you peace, detective. Purifying the mask very well might. Remember that. The compound is in the forest of Aokigahara. Aokigahara. Hey, that's the suicide forest? Suicide, what a dreadful name. Though I suppose those woods have seen their fair share of tragedy and death. Ito, you can't just go charging in there. It's dangerous. What if you got lost? GPS doesn't work in there. And I heard even compasses won't point north. Not only that, but well, a lot of people go there to die. I don't think you should go. You two keep talking about that mask like it's some evil spirit causing you pain, but I think the pain you're feeling isn't caused by a mask. It's just you. So many nights after the girl died in the shrine, I had nightmares. Every corner I went around, I thought I would see her there. It wasn't a ritual or a charm. It made me better though. Just stopped listening to the fear I confronted it. When it took me to see Takashi, that was the first time I would left Kamakura since April. It's embarrassing to admit it, but I was scared. And yeah, Takashi telling me all that stuff about mom and dad was scary, but it was the truth. I wasn't hiding from some demon I would invented myself. Anyway, I know you might not listen to me, but I don't think you should put yourself in danger. Maybe you're right, but some demons have a way of spreading to others. Seeing the Kamakai compound is something I have to do. Well, it's your choice, but Aokigahara is huge. How are you going to find on compound? Mai makes a good point. It's been a long time. Are you sure you remember where it is? Of course I do. I know what you two must think of me, but I'm not senile. It's a hike away from a bus stop on the outskirts of Narusawa. We used to go into town occasionally for supplies. Several miles away from the bus stop there's a clearing and a path they're used to time by the Forest Service. I draw you a map before you leave. Continues for quite some time, eventually will be blocked off. Keep going forward and don't turn back or leave the path. The forest can play tricks on you. Supposing the path is still there, it seems pretty incredible to me that the compound would have been left alone all these years. It still stands after all. Why would they bother to go and dismantle it? Go search for whatever truth you think you'll find. But be careful, detective. Do what must be done, then leave. Staying there is dangerous. I hope that once you enter that place, you feel the energy I did. You have the sense to see what I never could. You understand, don't you? The mask must be purified. Es ist die Geschichte von Izanagi und Izanami. Ich glaube nicht, dass wir nach Tanaka suchen sollten. I understand. Good. I will begin preparations for the ceremony regardless. Bye. See her around. She's never said anything like that to me. You must have really scared her. Listen. I help with this ritual because I think it helped Grandma get better, but don't get yourself killed. I know in your eyes I'm probably just a kid, but I know how much it hurts to want the truth. Takashi obsessed over the past, and I was miserable not knowing Grandma almost went insane on top of that. Grandma said it herself, you're still young. You should forget about all this and start over. And you might not want to hear this, but listening to you two talk about mass spirits, well, you sounded like that girl at the shrine. It scared me, and it should scare you too. Take care of yourself, Ito. Puh, ich wusste ja, dass das viel Text wird, aber so viel Text habe ich jetzt auch nicht gedacht. Finally, this must be the path the old Kavanagh woman was talking about. If her story was true, all I need to do is follow it to find the Kamakai's old compound. No time to sit here and think it though. I need to get out of these woods before nightfall. Jesus, summer. The free stage is covered in moss and undergrowth. Looks like one is missing. Vision of Jesus Sama said that praying to these statues can help guide the souls of children who died young. It looks so old and forgotten. It's kind of sad them around like this. How could these statues help anyone out in such a dark place? Kann ich beten? Ich würde gerne beten. And what is she doing? Huh? Where am I? No, anywhere but here. I don't want to remember this. Why now? You come here. Left me here to die again, haven't you? It's your fault that this happened to me. So selfish, you never care about what happens to anyone but yourself. People who get hurt along the way are you just collateral damage. It's all about you and what you want. You. You're not looking for me. You only want to hurt the girl, to hurt the old woman, to see everyone who gets in your way suffer. No, that's not true. And I've done anything to change what happened to you. Make it go away. Can't be a bear to look anymore. Stop, make it stop. I don't want to remember. What a great idea. Remembering hurts, doesn't it? Let me take away all that pain. Let's forget together, Ayami. Alter, ist das übel. Ich weiß nicht, geht das irgendwann weg? Es kommt eine vierte Zeile hinzu. Ich meine, ist irgendwann das ganze Bild voll? Klicken wir mal. And also so much to do it. Your finger since disappeared up. Kann ich jetzt wieder zurückgehen? Nee. Keep going. Was? Jeez, the way you were sleeping, I thought you would never wake up. Oh, you were. Suki, thank goodness you're okay. I knew I would find you. Find me? What are you talking about? I haven't gone here anyway. Saw you on the ground. Rina, she slit your throat. It must have been a hell of a nightmare you had. Nothing a good cup of coffee can fix. Speaking of, I fixed the coffee machine so you can officially file that case. It's closed. Hey, you okay? You look a little out of... Take your time getting ready. Be in the other room. What is this? I was looking for something. Why can't I remember? My heart's beating a mile. Can't shake this feeling of dread that's hanging in the air. This is real, right? I want it to be real. Ich glaube, das ist tatsächlich das Problem. Du möchtest, dass es wahr ist. Now come back. And you're not dressed? You didn't forget about our picnic, did you? Picnic? We're gonna have a picnic in the park and see the cherry blossoms, remember? No, it's not exactly traditional, but I figured we could grab a pizza on the way. Too. It's an important time of year, after all. You forget that too? Don't you remember when the cherry blossoms fell and you saved those two girls at the shrine? You're a hero. Saved? No, I am no hero. She died, I killed her. She's always trying to stop us from... Stop me from... Suki, something doesn't feel right. This isn't where I'm supposed to be. Of course it is. Together, the sun's out. We've got Lady Fluff. Yeah. Isn't this what you wanted? With your parents gone, Lady Fluff and I are the only family you've got left. This is where you belong. And we love you, Ayami-chan. That's why you become with us. Come on. We've got to get going. Go? Where you're taking me? Somewhere safe. Safe why? Where was I going? Where's the path? Path isn't for you. It leads to suffering, so let's leave the path and be happy forever. Go to picnic? How about no? It's up. Isn't this nice? We're all here like one big happy family. We don't need anyone else. 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 It's better this way. Stay here, stay here, stay here. Stay here and rot, Ayami. Suki, what's the matter with you? Nothing is the matter. We are exactly where we need to be. This is also wonderful. Taking you somewhere safe. Just like I promised. Far away from places you didn't belong. You stay here so you can't hurt anyone anymore. Free from all those pesky painful memories. So let's forget together. Lie down where it's comfortable and stay there forever and ever and ever and ever. No, ignoring the pain won't make it go away. Kazuki wouldn't want me to forget. But tell me to keep going. I know this place. Been here before. Strange and the same suffering as before. Rena, why did you take me here? Why won't you leave me alone? Why do you want to hurt me so badly? Why did you come here? Don't make me remember. So ein geiler Effekt. I've never felt Rena's presence so strongly before. If I didn't come to my senses, I might have. Why now? What's in this forest that she doesn't want me to see? Ja, außer die Leichen, die da überall hängen. Nice statue. Forest doesn't seem so dark, and I can see a clearing up ahead. Is it over? Still here somewhere? No, I can't help you, but feel underwhelmed. All the secrecy classified documents, but it's eerie. Over a decade ago, 12 people died here. This compound was left standing as a grim reminder. Gives me the creeps. I should find what I came here for and get back. Was Rena trying too hard to prevent me from finding here? I can't let my daughter be in the ritual. It's not for you to decide. You know her importance, what the guru says she can show us. But she's my daughter. Tokios hasn't told us what he's going to do to her. Oh, ihre Mutter. Renas Mutter war quasi auch ein Member von dem Clan. She's our daughter, Hisako. What if it doesn't work like he says? She's so young. Doubt him? No, it's because she's so young. She was chosen. Her mind isn't stained by regret, sadness of corruption. She's perfect. I know that just... Then why hesitate? The guru tells us we're approaching the moment that will bring us true peace. The culmination of everything we've worked for. Somehow your child is the focal point, he says. She will be granted a sight even more profound than this own. She can lead us. I only want to make sure she's okay. He promised me she would be safe, but now I'm not too sure. The guru will make sure she's taken care of. She won't fall nothing and be blessed with new sight. It's the only way. The world is on the brink. Through, and there's no time left. My own children will. Miko, don't worry. They'll be safe. My own dad betrayed me. She dragged my children away to die in the filth. I'm sorry, I must be strong. Soon we will have no more sent from our flesh. You know, don't you? I saw you outside when you taught us. Here's all of the things I studied. They were only ever used by corrupt people to control one another, to hurt another. Soon we'll be free of all that. We escape the suffering of this world and be reborn. And it will be Reina who shows us the way. She will be the bridge. You're right, I always knew she was special. Even when she was growing inside me, I could feel it. Promise me again, promise me she'll be taken care of. Die Soundtracks sind schon echt gut. Mommy! Reina, where were you? I missed you. Shh, keep your voice down, sweetheart. I can't stay long. Why not? Why don't you stay with me anymore? Well, that's complicated. The guru think it's best if we're part of our way. He has big plans for us, and for you especially. Who cares about all that? Honey, it's not that simple. Why not? Why won't they let us be together? Because you're so pure and perfect. You know you love me, but I'm no good. If I stay with you, he says I corrupt you. But I'm so weak, I wanted to see you. It's our little secret, okay? Okay, mommy. Is it my fault you can't stay with me anymore? Oh, Reina, no, of course not. It's me. You're going to be a big important person someday. Can't hold you back. I know that doesn't make a whole lot of sense right now, but someday you understand. Tokimasa has big plans for you. He told me so himself. He said you're the key to everything because you're so pure. Remember why we left the city? Because everyone's so mean and out for themselves. You're all stained by corruption, but not us. Not you, anyway. I thought you said we're going home. We can't. Tokimasa says the great machine's done for. That all those corrupt people will kill each other in wars and die and we'll be left. But you'll be there to guide them, soon. You've been chosen by Tokimasa. I don't want anybody to die. Yes, me later, sweetie, but you said Tokimasa has figured out a new ritual and you'll be able to help everyone. Don't understand why you're saying all these weird things. Now, Reina, it's not easy for me either, but it's not about what we want all the time. If you do this, it'll help me. You wanna help mommy, don't you? Yeah, I guess. Exactly, so let me smile, okay? Guess what? What? For the ritual, there's gonna be a big celebration just for you. It'll be a big feast. What's that mean? It's a big meal where everyone gets to eat all the food they want. It's like a party, doesn't it sound fun? Yes, so. Then I can come to see you again. Do you promise? Yeah. Afterwards we all go out together to the ritual. Or together? I thought you said it was just me. Like I said, sweetheart, you've been chosen. Tokimasa says you again. You gain the sight to guide us to salvation. Okay. Hey, don't look so sad. You get me crying if you do. And you don't wanna mommy cry, do you? No. Good, Reina. I need you to listen to me now. Here, I want you to have this. It's mommy's amulet. Amulet. The one I've kept since I was little. I want you to have it for the ritual. When it starts, I want you to hold it and keep your eyes shut tight, okay? If you get scared, just grab it tight and think of me, okay? But that amulet is yours. Don't you need it? What if something bad happens to you? It's more important you have it now. Promise me you do what I ask. I promise. Let's make a pinky promise. Okay. And you know what happens when you break a pinky promise, right? Yeah, you said my pinky would fall off. Exactly, and we wouldn't want that, well, would we? After tomorrow things might be different. Maybe even a little scary, but it's not all bad. The most important thing is that Tokimasa told us that we be together. I love you, Reina. I love you too, mommy. Reina, maybe you shouldn't be here. Huh? Why not? The feast isn't for you, it's for us, the impure who must prepare ourselves. Says that the impure must purity themselves by feasting and expurging the darkness from the bodies. If we can remain uncorrupted, even someone worthless like me will be able to ascend to a higher plane. Don't think you're worthless. Everyone keeps telling me I'm so special. No one visits me anymore. And where's everyone else? Are they hiding from me now? The others are with the guru preparing themselves for tomorrow. Don't worry, Rina. Everything will be clear tomorrow. There's nothing to fear. Hey, can I have a little of that? The great Tokimasa instructed us not to give you any food at the feast. Oh, don't you see? You are pure. The feast indulgence is there to test us. Show us that we are corrupted with the stains of impurity upon us. It is a reminder of how the great machine of man keeps our souls shackled and chained. Those who are cleansed must not turn away from the righteous praise. Right, but you're very lucky, yes, so lucky to be in Tokimasa's favor. He chose you to be the bearer of the mask, to see the great door to the pure realm. Those other children who were taken, that too was a test to find the most pure among us. You understand, don't you? I don't know. Yes, of course not. You're but a child. Mother says that your children are much wiser than us. That your understanding of the world is untainted. Where's Mummy? Mummy? Ah, yes, I imagine she is with the guru. She's in need of the guru's love. Yes, her mind has gone astray of late, in such a key moment. Show her the way, don't you worry. Mother, father, sister, brother, it doesn't matter. We are your family. You should go back to your bed. I don't know why the guru let someone so important wander freely. What if someone would happen to you like the others? Not others? Do not fear, child. The great Tokios prophecy will come to pass and there will be no fear. Very soon. You should go to sleep, child. And remember, do not eat this meal. It is food for us. Pitiful. What's wrong? Why are you looking at me like that? Nothing. It's nothing. The ritual is soon. It will be a time of great change. Go away. Why? Tomorrow you will guide us. But look at you, so young. You must be resilient. Fear is a pure emotion. All forms of life feel fear. To fear is not weakness, but a test. You are testing me. The guru is wise. Are you okay? You're looking at me funny again. It's nothing. What do you want? Do you know where Takashi is? Weak. They're weak. Don't think of them. Don't cloud your thoughts. You must remain as you are. Needn't worry. Tokios will guide us. Just wait. Oh, Reina, what are you doing here? You scared me. I'm sorry. It's alright, you didn't mean it, did you? No? Then there's nothing to worry about. Do you want something? Why? He and his sister were not meant to for the party of Billy, not like you. It's the night before the ritual. We must unburden myself. Thoughts of them. What's unburden mean? Burden, Rina, it's meant I have to forget them. Forget the children, Amico. Becoming too attached to our offspring is part of mankind. It's great machine. It is a lie. This was a test. Do not pass, you must. We are all so close to our goal. Yes, of course. Rina, don't worry. Tomorrow is the great ritual Tokios has envisioned. And you're the guest of honor. Everything will be alright. Really? Yes, of course. Now run along. Ich glaube nicht, dass es das gewesen ist, oder? Ich sehe da jemand. Ah doch, ich kann. Pick up. This feels strange, like I'm back there again. Where am I? The forest above. I saw things and started running. When I found the amulet, it cut away the fog that had been surrounding me and showed me the truth. Master Kamikai, Reina was there the whole time. They all killed themselves and made her wear the mask. Day was when it started, when Reina became the mask bearer. When her suffering truly began. The pulse of the dark is changed again, and the fuzzy image I had before I snapped into focus. Everything I need to put an end to this is in my hand. How long has it been, I wonder? A man in a sewer, a girl with red hair, and a detective chasing from both. No, I'm no detective anymore, only a puppet surely dancing on its strings. That doesn't sound like me. I'm so stretched out it feels like the slightest breeze could topple me. Each time I get close to the truth, something drags me away. Or maybe all those horrible things haven't happened yet. Now I'm just riding the trains home where Kazuki will be waiting. Not alive, maybe there's an Ayami that would be happy. Instead I'm stuck with the one I've got and I don't know how much more I can take. Did I really see all those things in the forest? Was that really... was that real? Has any of it been? I don't know anymore. Every time I get a handle on the rules, something comes along and breaks them. But there were things I saw. Things I couldn't have known about Tokios Kamerai on my own. With me there's a little wooden mask so many died for. Now I'm planning to use it myself. It doesn't feel right. It was her pain that I felt again in the compound. Even now, the dark doesn't seem so unfamiliar. I can feel it calling to me. It must have been the moment that changed everything. The focal point to all of her misery. The dark is stepped in that same torment. The suffering of a sacred little girl. I wonder if it's the real Reina I've seen. Was that girl long dead? Either way, whatever is left of her is in the dark with Kazuki. My only chance to see Kazuki again is to go into those filthy tunnels and find the door. Only then do I have any hope of using it to change his fate. I would be walking into a trade where the other side has their hand behind their back. I would be forced to accept the cost without question. Kazuki Tanaka, the man I've suffered so much for, has been silent. To find him in the door, I would have to use the mask. I've seen what Reinas become as a result of the mask. Would that happen to me? Now that I know the way, is that what I really want? The horrible object was made out of suffering. Two different groups fed it with the death of innocent. Why play its game? The entirety of the new Kamikai died for it. It drove me and the man I love to the darkest depths we've ever known. Why shouldn't I destroy it? I know why. Because I would be destroying Kazuki and Reina along with it. I've done everything I can to prepare myself, but there's no more time to think. It's time to put an end to all this, one way or another. Shinjuku and Kamakura, the two places where my path started, are also where it has to end. This is it. I need to choose. Follow the path further into darkness, or return to the light. Ich würde sagen, Purify ist tatsächlich die bessere Alternative. Travel. It feels strange to be back on these streets, knowing everything I do know. Ancient cults, a troubled family, and a girl named Reina, all united by the history of death, suffering caused by a simple object. All that meaningless death of innocent people, and for what? To protect mankind, to make us better. Don't make me laugh. No more. I've gone down this rabbit hole far enough. I refuse to be a slave to the mask any longer. Destroy it, turn it back to ashes, and do the world a favor. I find a defiant act, as the reality breaks apart as it seems. Kavanas are waiting at the shrine. They know as well as I do the torment the mask brings with it. Let's hope the old woman can do what she says she can. Okay. Da ist wieder die Maske. Not again, I won't let you control me. Why now is it trying to stop me? It's mess born out of death. Suffering shouldn't be in this world. Just people who are trying to restore things. Why am I thinking about it? I have to keep moving. What is this feeling? Fear? I'm afraid to go forward. I have to go back. Can't move. Death. Everything about this place feels like death. What if I'm wrong? Kazuki, Reina, they could still be down there. That's what it wants. That's why I need to destroy it. But oh god, that will happen. Why is it pleading with me? All those lives trapped in the mask want to be free, don't they? Then why? Could still turn back. Now's my last chance. I'm so confused. What do I do? Nee, ich bin entschlossen. Enter Shrine. Huh? Ito? So you came after all. So of course she did. She knew it was the right thing to do. You brought something, didn't you? From the compound? I did. I found an old wooden amulet. You were right. The darkness I felt there was the same. Seriously? Wait. This is actually real? When I was there, I saw visions from the past of people who are gone now. I know about the ritual Tokios tricked them into performing. How could you have left it happen? She was just a girl. There's no answer I can give that would satisfy you. No answer? Is that the best you can do? That's why you fled, isn't it? You knew all about Tokios' ritual and what would happen to everyone who was left behind. Yet you took Mai and Takashi and ran, and did nothing to stop it. Stop it? What would have changed? Eiko knew what staying meant for her children as well as I did. She was willing to die, however. Tokimasa told her to. I couldn't pursue my own daughter to save herself. You think I didn't try? The police never would have believed. An old woman talking about ancient rituals. I had no choice. They were monsters. They weren't monsters. They were lost, looking for answers in a world that had none of them. Much like you, like us. In my years with the mask, I could hear them sometimes in the darkness, along with voices I did not recognize. I always thought they were vengeful, restless, punishing me for my sins. Once we purity the mask, perhaps they will forgive us. Did you find the girl who's chasing you? Serena? Did you ask her? Forgiveness? I'm not sure if that's possible anymore. After everything that girl went through, all of her self-hatred and her sorrow are a part of the mask now. I felt it all at the shrine the day I shot her. Do you think that this will put a stop to all of it? The whispers Reina all of the strange thing we've seen? Torment is a journey, one that expands past of our time, and is off. It will at least allow us to take the first step to rightening our own sins. Our sins, huh? Hold on, I've only ever done good luck rituals and harmless little blessings. This is different. Grandma, this is real. I don't know if I can do this. Mai, calm yourself. Ritual has meaning in its very act. It is the gods' way of preparing us for the true test. You are a pure child, and combined with your will, the ritual will gain power. It will work, it must, by me, because you are not corrupted by it. Only you can. You can bring your mother's peace. Please, Mai, you have to try. No, you think it's crazy, but this mask has caused a lot of people to suffer. It doesn't matter if you believe us. Just do it, knowing that it will help me and your grandma move on. You haven't seen what we've seen, so I don't blame you for being skeptical, but you can believe in helping us, right? I just want this all to end. Me too. Every day it's been harder to keep things straight, and I think this mask is partly to blame. It's silly. I'm not religious. Never have been. But I want this all to stop, to be normal again. I want to believe that it will work and in you. So please, I'm begging you to try, okay? Thank you, Mai. Mai, are you ready? Just need a moment to prepare. What if we're wrong? What do you mean? What if the mask isn't the problem? What if we're making it worse? An old man told me that the mask didn't create the shadows. It only opens your vision to them. So are we doing the right thing? What if we're missing something? Are you losing your resolve? No, it's just Tanaka, the man who died. The one I was searching for. He always said, what if isn't good enough for a detective. I guess old habits die hard and there's still so much I don't understand. And you never will. It's a matter of faith, child. Okay, I'm ready. go. Please forgive me for leading you to those people and for what happened to you. Tried to save you. Tried. Pray you find peace. Are you ready? Yes, I'm ready. As the ritual continued, I felt an overwhelming sadness. Like something had been ripped out of me that I would never find again. At that moment, the whispers of the mass turned to desperate, bleeding screams. Closed my eyes and hugged myself like a child, feeling at that moment utterly engulfed in fear. Then there was silence. When I opened my eyes, the mass was split in two. I knew at that moment Kazuki was dead, and had been all along. We all left the shrine in silence. I never returned. Nothing was quite right after that day. Reina's presence was gone. But I started to feel other things. Shadows began to take on new, fearful shapes. Tokyo began to change, crime shot up, and the murder rate peaked at an all-time high at that year. Police were so swamped with the wave of violence that they reinstated me as a homicide detective. The investigation into me was dropped entirely. I quit within 6 months, just didn't have the stomach for it anymore. And after what happened to Kazuki, I could never focus. What if the ritual was a mistake? What if everything that happened since is all my fault? Sometimes I wake up at night, wondering if the word, the dark, was the truth. My life now is a dream. Don't go out much these days. Can't bear to face the real world. Puh. Damit sind wir durch. Puh, ich muss sagen, der End- und Mittelpart hat sich echt extrem gezogen. Ich finde die Grundidee echt interessant und auch die Mechanik an sich. Aber ich weiß nicht, ich muss da, glaube ich, ein bisschen Nachforschung betreiben über das Spiel, über die verschiedenen Endings und so, weil es wirkt eher so, als wurden die Mechaniken nicht wirklich dann ausgenutzt. Also ich finde, wie gesagt, die Grundidee und auch psychological Horror-Elemente echt nice. Vor allem so mit diesem Art von Schizophrenia spielend. Ich glaube aber, ich weiß nicht, irgendwie so das Ende, das wurde so richtig rausgezogen wie so ein Kaugummi. Da waren so viele Errands und wie heißt es? Fetch Quests. Die hätte es meiner Meinung nach nicht gebraucht. Und so viele Monologe, die extrem lang waren. So viele Dialoge, die extrem lang waren. Ich meine, es war auch viel zu lesen dadurch, klar. Was für mich anstrengend war. Habe ich trotzdem gerne gemacht. Aber ja, ich bin froh, dieses Game einfach mal jetzt durchgezockt zu haben, weil ich wollte das definitiv mal wieder weiterzocken. Und da das so ein Pain in the Ass war, überhaupt zum Laufen zu kriegen, bin ich froh, es jetzt durchgezockt zu haben. Mir jetzt aufzuschreiben, was ich für Werte hatte. Und ja. Support, we could not have made this. Interesting, most interesting. You're nothing but a crow, feeding on the carrion that time leaves in its wake. Forgive me for not being an impartial spectator of human suffering. The woman had her own desires. I only gave her a little push. But the result, this cannot be. Not right at all. The mask rid from this world? I won't accept it. Why? Do you care? Shall I tell the reason that bothers you so? Because you gained nothing from this truth. But make no mistake, it is the truth. Another possibility. Time is not a single thread, but a complex tapestry, pushed and formed into a picture by the forces of fate and chains. Different threads present a myriad of truths, but all an aspect of the same visage. nonetheless. Maybe that's interesting. Would have thought one so interested in history would adhere to a single truth? On the contrary, if history has taught me anything, it is that there is no one truth. The deeper one gazes, the more complex it becomes. Yes, all are truth, all grant insight into the same puzzle. You're right, my old friend. Time is a spiral, and observe it long enough, and we may yet learn something. No, she's not your plaything. It is not your decision. There's only one way this can end. Only one way for the world to remain intact and stop the thing that's coming. It must be protected. The role must be performed. Stubborn, so stubborn. Allow me to ask you a question. Believe I know it already. You've asked it before. Indulge me, I asked her the same question. If the dancing puppet looks up and sees its strings, does it remain a puppet? What of faith and chance then? I answer your riddle with one of my own. You see the storm clouds approaching, and though you can take shelter or alter your course, does the storm not come regardless? Huh, no fun. You've never tolerated my philosophical side. Nor you me when I tell you know how things are. I suppose that's because we are one and the same. But what of her? All we can do is see, but eventually she will end up there. There's only one path which will hold the world together. Spannend. Ich weiß nicht, irgendwie ist das Spiel ist sehr philosophisch. Es gibt ein New Game Plus. Spannend. Hat mir sehr gefallen.